Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's here. That's right. Football. Eagles. We got it tonight. The first preseason game is tonight. Wow, man. Eagles football is back. I love the first preseason game is the best because you haven't seen it, right? Like you haven't seen the helmets. You haven't seen everything just together. Listen, by the third one, you're like, all right. And back in the day, they would go 4 and sometimes 5. If you played the Hall of Fame game, you're like, all right, like enough. I'm ready for the real thing. But tonight, I'm pumped up. Listen, they're going to shorten it to 2, but the 3, I'm good with. I can find 3 storylines in watching a game. And tonight's perfect, man. Let's start it off. Let's see what happens. Let's just go see Eagles football. It gives us a chance to look ahead to what we feel about the season, kind of take it all in. There's lots to actually just kind of dive into, man. It's like our friend is back, our long-lost friend. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the fact that we're starting a journey and that in 3 weeks it's going to be real thing, college, and then the NFL kicks off Eagles and Cowboys in under a month. And this is our appetizer. This is a bag of chips that you get. You can't wait. Let's go. Come on, PG.
Pickies? I love pickies. Let's go. Some snacks, some football.
I can't wait. I'm sorry. E-A-G-L-E-S. I can't wait for it. I freaking love it. But the only thing the only thing in the freaking world that makes any sense to me is sports. All right?
Football specifically.
Particularly football,
Yes.
Correct. With all the craziness and everybody's out of their minds and this freaking thing that I want to roof every other day. I hate it. I hate our society. I hate everything about it. It's just nasty.
I love that you want to roof it.
Except football, all right? Except sports. I just go to my happy place.
I'm ready, man. 7:30. Scotty Graham, do we have again? Is he doing it? I hope so. I love hearing Scott Graham call.
Yeah, it should be.
Him and Ross Tucker.
Yeah, I like Ross too.
Yeah.
And Spuds does the sidelines. Listen, Eagles ETN, the Eagles Television Network. And there's Big Dom on the sidelines. Big Dom, my boy.
I thought he was walking into what you were just saying it. I was like, he's here.
Nah, it's great. I love it. I'm looking forward. Like tonight, I will actually sit down and watch every second and enjoy
the whole game.
Yeah, and I will take notes. I'll take notes.
Yeah.
Just listen. I know it doesn't mean anything, but I don't know who may flash, and we'll watch something. You get something out of it. I mean, you're not going to glean a lot, but you'll glean a little couple nuggets.
Yeah, it's nice. I told the pagan, block it off. I'm busy. I'll be taking some notes.
It's the first.
Watch the first half at least.
It's the first one.
Yeah.
Right. I get it. Like by the second, third one, you're like, all right, you're ready for the real thing. But this is the first one is fantastic.
See people tailgating already, I thought, on Twitter. Some signs. It's
beautiful.
It's
great. It's back. It's football. It's back. It's our happy place. My God.
We're the best of the best, man. This is our team. Let's
all right. Let me before we dive into it all, I got a thing. I'm going to do the recipe for the repeat.
Okay.
All right. So I come up with 5 things that I think are going to be paramount for the quest to repeat. Number 1 is Jalen Carter. Because if Jalen Carter is Woody, like if he takes another step and he's that dominant, then, you're not worried about what's all else is there.
Can he take another?
Jordan Davis.
Can he take another step? I mean, he's pretty dominant.
No, he could be even move him down. He's top 5 right now. I mean, he could easily be the best defensive player in football. Like he's got that dominance. Right. So you're not worried about, what's off the end. Now I like Hunt and I love Nolan Smith. So I think they're going to be fine. I think they have a good rotation. at the tackle spot, but having the best, like the best defensive tackle, the guy you can move up and down the line, is a recipe for dominance of the defense, particularly, which is number 2, Quinyon and Cooper.
Right.
Because when you marry that front and that back end, that's it, right? Like their offense is going to be good. It doesn't matter. Like they're going to score points. I have zero worry about their offense.
So are they not on the recipe? Your recipe for repeat doesn't include anything.
They are Barkley 2.0.
Okay.
Jalen and Patullo.
All right.
Like so it's Jalen, Patullo, Barkley 2.0, and the linebacker.
We'll need a little more from the passing game, right? I mean, Barkley can't do what he did last year, so the passing game is going to have to step up a little bit.
I don't know about that. I just, again, because the O-line is going to be basically the same other than Steen. I don't know. I mean, is he going to hit those home runs? Probably not.
Right.
It's like saying, well, the defense was number 1 in football. Is it going to be number 1 again? No, but, I
mean, that could be, but hitting 2,000 yards back-to-back years.
Like, well, whether it's 2,000 or 1,680,
right?
Like, what does it matter? As long as he's giving you big games and does what he does, and I don't see why he wouldn't.
There's no reason.
Injury aside, I don't know why he would just fall off the table. They still have the great offensive line. Their offense is going to be their offense. Let me see. What am I concerned about in their offense? Wide receiver depth?
Yeah. I mean, that's something I'm going to watch tonight.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about, I'm even good with Dotson. So you're talking 4 and 5 receiver.
Yeah, we're talking football. I mean, it's all
WR5.
Yeah, but depth is good to have. It's a game where people tweak stuff every now and then.
Well, when you have that kind of team, because when you think about their offense, I mean, what don't you like? Backup running back?
No, but I want to see some running back action tonight. A.J. Dillon going to play?
Well, A.J. Dillon, you like.
Yeah.
But is it like you don't know whether or not, God forbid, if Barkley's going to share Barkley or gets dinged up, who's the lead back? Is Shipley the guy? Like he's going to get the chance to be that. A.J. Dillon's the big back, and Shipley is your Saquon.
Yeah, so you don't Dillon's just a big back. He couldn't be the RB1 if Saquon goes down.
Yeah, I mean, 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah.
I mean, you give him 18 carries. Like, I can see, but you get my point.
Yeah.
That Shipley is that is who that is. But I mean, so I look at it and I go, I don't really see a weakness on offense.
No, they have no weaknesses. This is the best offense, I think, in football. I mean, I know they lost a lot on defense, but I don't know. I don't feel real concerned about it.
I think it could be.
Am I delusional?
No. Here's what you're seeing, right?
I mean, safety's an issue.
So here's think about it, right? They lost 2 big cogs off their D-line, Sweat, Milton Williams. They lose Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Slay.
Yeah.
Slay's of the 4, sounds crazy, but to me, Slay, what he gave you is probably the most important thing because you don't know. Like, is Bennett going to be the answer at outside corner? Like, you got 2 corner spots that are kind of a little shaky, right? Like, you got your nickel spot if you're going to move Coop, depending on that. I mean, thank God you got Coop and Quinyon because that anchors your secondary.
Yeah, I mean,
and Reed at the other safety spot.
That is, I think in my head, that's where the real drop-off's going to be. No matter who wins a CB2, they're not going to be as good as Slay. So that's a concern, I guess.
And Chauncey mattered. Chauncey was a big play. He made a difference. He did. But I think you having Cooper, and this is why you feel the way I feel, because I think we see it the same way. I think their defense is not going to have a dramatic drop-off because of Cooper and Quinyon and Carter.
Yeah.
And the fact that, and by the way, I love Jahad Campbell. Like, Jahad Campbell and Zach Maughan give you that second level that's good. Like, so your middle level, linebacker level, is an A. I think it's going to be an A. Because I think Campbell is that good. Campbell can be a star.
Yeah, I don't know much about him, but what I hear seems ridiculous. And it just sounds so good that Eagles have linebackers, great linebackers, good linebackers. And I don't know, the sweat, Milton Williams, I don't know. I'm not sweating those losses.
I'm not either. And
maybe I'm an idiot. Teams paid a lot of money for their talent.
I know. But listen, like Josh Sweat, I thought was a nice player. Milton Williams, nice player. Like,
yeah, I know.
Rotational guy.
If you take Jalen Carter off that line, I don't know how
dominant
Milton Williams is.
Even Sweat. I mean, Sweat didn't start off great. Like he played in spurts. Now he had some really strong, good spurts, and it's saying something. Though the edge is thin, right? So
yeah, I'm not trying to disrespect Sweat, but I think he's kind of replaceable.
I feel the same way
in a respectful way.
I feel the same way. I was not. I wasn't worried about that loss. I was going to pay him.
Yeah,
like you can't pay him. The way your structure is, you weren't going to pay either of those guys.
No, not with what's coming down the road.
They were going to get paid. Sweat had a great Super Bowl. I mean,
100%.
He probably, I think, and God love him, but I think it all starts with Carter. Like, as great as he was in the Super Bowl, none of that happens without Carter absolutely torturing Patrick Mahomes. He was in Mahomes' grill every play. He completely disrupted. I talked to Andy. Carter, 98. Disrupt the whole offense.
Dude, it's the lasting image. I don't care about anything else. Just him sticking the paw in Mahomes' face.
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I think of Super Bowl.
But he was unblocked. They double him, triple, the whole thing. Like it was a complete dominant effort without a stat in the stat sheet. He was the most dominant player on the field defensively.
By far. So I guess what I'm getting, there it is.
Nice job, Andrew.
That will never.
Look at that, gets me excited.
Get old.
Look at that.
Seeing Mahomes' face like that.
Look at that kid. That kid's a wrecking ball.
Yeah, that's like the kid who's never been sucker punched, getting the punch to the face. Just like,
my God. Can you imagine?
Look at the little fist he's making. He's like, oh, I'm getting hit. Oh.
And look at the dude trying to block Carter.
Well, that's it. Like, he's unblockable.
Yeah.
And they all, to a man, you talk to anybody down there, and they're all afraid of him. Your own teammates are afraid of him. Uh-oh. Like, don't let him the switch go off. He's one of those dudes, the kid's one of those dudes that has the switch. And when the switch goes off, you got to run.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know those people.
Like, there's a blackout, right? Like, there's no, like, kind of talking them out.
They're nice until they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's no turnoff.
No turnoff.
Right? Like, they just go until they realize, and they snap out of it, and you're laying on the ground. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, that dude is a wrecking machine. He's scary. So
let me ask you,
the premise is with him in the middle,
or
moving him up and down, wherever you want to do it. Everybody else eats.
So do you feel like it's necessary for them to repeat? Is it necessary for Coop and Jalen to take a step up?
Yes.
They can't play as they did last year.
Oh,
I mean, they're pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. That's the floor, but you need them to play a little bit better because what's around them isn't as accomplished. So you need them to take a little bit of a step because just from that secondary, I don't know. I mean, let's see what happens.
And like
either the other safety spot, which right now I think Coop has to play safety.
It sounds like it from everything we hear.
I think he has to. I mean, you look what's going on. McCoob is hurt. I don't know how long until he can get acclimated. At some point he will. But
they bring in Justin Simmons.
I don't know if you have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what he's got left. We, especially in football.
I like corner Coop.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We slot corner Coop.
Yeah.
I'm not. I prefer to keep him in the middle of the field. I think he's too valuable than put him on the outside. The thing that we do in football sometimes, though, is we throw out names. And, dude, the names are most of the time, 95% of the time, they're a shell of themselves. I I mean, I don't know what Justin Simmons has.
No,
I mean, really, you got to look at him. Like, I can't make an intelligent decision on that. Like,
I hear that. Yeah, but
I remember Stephen Davis. Remember Stephen Davis, big running back?
yes.
And forever we were clamoring, we got to get Stephen Davis, got to get Stephen Davis. And then he went from either was it Washington to Carolina or Carolina to Washington, and he was cooked, running in molasses.
Yeah, but running backs do that. I don't know if safeties fall off a cliff that quick.
Dude, guys, listen, guys.
Just saying, it feels like there's
we fall in love with names. Is my point, and most of the time, it doesn't live up to what's in your head.
I guess, but it feels like there's not much here in the safeties. Without taking Coop aside, there's not much here.
Well,
for
that's
that
why
safety
you got this Swiss Army knife. That's
Right.
where you use them, right? And the reason why Makuba was drafted, you invested in him, is to take the job.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to allow him to get healthy, and then you take a run at it.
Yeah, I feel like it. I also have this weird just trust of Vic.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know.
It's not weird. You're talking about a veteran guy that's seen it all.
I feel weird because when I hear talking heads, they're like, "Oh, I don't know about this defense. They lost 5 players or 4 starters," and it's
Yeah,
like,
but
but I'm just like, eh.
Who's saying that? Like, these guys are he have this nonsense. They look and they see, well, he left for free agency. He left for free
These
agency.
big free agents they lost. Yeah,
No, the defense. They don't. You think that they know about Jalix Hunt?
no, we're Jomo.
They don't.
Hmm.
They don't. You think they're not at practice looking at Jahad Campbell from the second level on a blitz? Like,
Yeah,
Like, honestly, I'm excited for their defense. I think their defense is going to be fun. It's going to be a blast to watch.
especially if they're moving Coop all over the place.
You know what changed, especially over the last 5 years into last year. Their D line was always good at getting pressure, right? That's how they got the Super Bowl in 22.
Yep.
But their back seven was terrible. They couldn't tackle. They got riddled by good quarterbacks. Even the Super Bowl year in 22, when Gannon presided over the defense, good quarterbacks just picked them apart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never felt comfortable on that side of the ball.
No, and that's why.
Even in the Super Bowl in 18, it was always about the front. The back seven wasn't that good.
I don't even know who. I don't think I can name the corners from back then.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Like you have, but now this defense is 3 levels.
Deep.
Yeah, it's 3 levels.
It's unlike.
And I'm looking forward to the Eagle, that unit being on the field.
Yeah, I mean,
Right? Like,
yeah.
how many times you watch, you go, when are you gonna get the ball back? And you're holding, you're not enjoying it. Like you're hoping they don't collapse.
Right. They don't. They're
Or you
bent.
get
You hope
into
they
it.
don't break.
Oh, dude, how many times a crosser right over the middle and 7 missed tackles?
And it's
I've
we lived through it, and then how we went over the top. We needed corners in the worst way, and I think he drafted the 2 best corners in one
bang,
draft I've ever
bang bang.
in my lifetime. I've never seen a team get 2 corners like this in the same draft.
The beauty is they complement each other perfectly.
Right.
One's an elite cover corner,
Yeah.
and the other one's a physical presence who's a great athlete in the middle of the field.
Yeah, one's like an elite sports car, and then the other there's like a Rubicon Jeep, and it's like they do complement each other perfectly.
I mean, that's where I like that. That's where I think the whole thing comes down to that. Because offensively, what could happen that they're going to fall?
Don't ask the guys that.
No. Other than injuries,
All right.
which is the obvious.
Yes.
Let's play it out. What could hurt them on that side of the ball, other than injuries?
Other than injuries.
You got Steen, but even if Steen, right now, from what I hear, he looks good. But just say he's average.
Yeah.
You got 4/5 of that line is elite.
16-1. You got me going 16-1 at this point.
Wait,
I'm serious.
let's go through it.
I don't know what's going to have wrong. They're going to make Jalen throw across the middle.
4/5.
I think he's going to be fine
What else?
doing that.
All right, so Saquon's not Saquon had highway miles,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
not City Miles. You got, I don't know. I mean, wide receiver depth again, other than injury.
Yeah.
What hurts you?
Stop.
What really?
You're getting me giddy.
What hurts you other than
It's
that?
like, all right, they got the best they got the best wide receiver crew.
You got a tandem that's
best offensive line,
I'm about
the
to
best
foam
running
from the
back.
mouth. Like,
No, but I'm not trying to be all, green goggles, but I mean, they're really good. And mind you, the rest of the conference, who are you really concerned about in the rest of the conference? Now, there's going to be teams that step up, like the Rams. If the Rams
stay healthy,
right? If Stafford, who's already dinged,
yeah, if he can't,
no,
he gets
listen,
hurt.
I mean, they could be dangerous.
that's a legit threat if they're healthy.
The Lions, if they could fortify the middle of that offensive line, they could be dangerous, obviously. And then, I don't know, maybe the Packers. Everybody's counting the Packers out. Maybe Tampa.
Tampa's probably
Tampa's my
again. That Wirfs.
Yeah,
Christian
that's a
Wirfs
big
is
hole.
a
It's
big
like
hole.
losing Lane Johnson,
Right. So you got these other questions, and the division. I look at the division. Division's joke. I mean, I don't understand about Washington because I love Jaden Daniels, but it feels like they got older, and I don't know.
Everybody they
McLaurin-
signed was old.
Yeah, and McLaurin. Yeah, I mean, you got to sign him. I don't know what
With
you're
a
going to
young
do.
quarterback like that, you're going to take that weapon away?
Right.
Get out of here.
And I don't know about Debo.
Well, we know about Debo. He's a D fat. I mean, he's a big boy right now.
D-bone.
Yeah, dude's at Dunkin' Donuts right now.
It's the reason why the 49ers got rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it and go, I don't know. I'm so fired up over this thing. It's going to be a fun year, man. Like, it's again, something you can't predict. So, hey, coming up, it's football season. When our man is back for his weekly hits, I love him. My main man. We go way back from the NFL Network, now part of the ESPN Disney family.
Oh.
That's right. Mikey G, Mike Garafolo is going to join us. Let's turn, I cannot wait to talk to Michael. Let's talk about some of our friends first.
Hey, let's talk flooring. And let's talk about our friends over at Empire Today. Flooring. Everything starts at the floor. And just like your favorite team needs a home court, field, ice advantage, your house needs a home floor advantage. And Empire Today, they can help you get it. Because Empire Today has flooring experts, dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. We've been to those big box stores. If you're trying to do it yourself, you can't find the tools, you buy the wrong tools. And if you're trying to buy it through them, the people in flooring don't know what they're doing. Because they're in flooring today, electricity tomorrow, lumbar the day before. Who knows? Maybe they're in the garden center. They're not flooring people. That's why Empire Today is your best bet, because they live, they breathe flooring. These people, all they do is flooring, and they'll be with you every step of the way. And so it's a whole new, different, stress-free ball game. And the flooring experts bring the showroom right to your house. They got a software virtual designer. You pick out some flooring samples. They take a picture of the room you're going to put their flooring in. See if you like it. Does the colors go? Do they clash? Is it too bright, too dark? So they take all the guesswork out of it. And check this out. With Empire Today, you get clear, upfront, all-inclusive pricing, and you can also get installation scheduled as soon as the next day if the flooring you pick out is in stock. So why wait? Schedule a free in-home estimate today, because some things are just better at home. And PHLY listeners, you can receive a $350 discount by using the promo code PHLY. You heard it right. $350 discount for using the promo code PHLY. Restrictions do apply, but visit EmpireToday.com/PHLY for full details. Now let's talk about your smile, because your smile says a lot. So let us introduce you to the team that helps you say exactly what you want to say with your smile. Meet the Do That Dental Group. This is the team trusted to care for one of our city's greatest assets, Philadelphia Eagles, now entering their 5th season as the official dentist of the Philadelphia Eagles. Dr. D and his team have proudly served Philly and his fans for over 20 years. And they do it all. They do implants, they do surgeries, they do Invisalign, veneers, emergencies, you name it, they do it. They're locally owned and operated by Dr. D. He's a proud graduate of North Penn High School and Temple University School of Dentistry. And his commitment to health and confidence of our community runs deep. So whether you're an MVP or a lifelong fan, this is the team that you want caring for your smile. Check them out, PhiladelphiaEaglesDentist.com, and discover how you can smile like the birds.
That's right. Smile like an eagle. And it starts tonight. Isn't this a happy day? It's a happy day. The big deal, presented by Cherry Hill Kia, a folk auto dealership. Eagles, Bengals, preseason game 1 tonight, and joining us as he does during the season. We love him. So proud of him. Our man from the NFL Network, Mike Garafolo. Mikey!
What's up, Amp?
We're back.
We're back.
You're like, I want to go back
back.
down the shore.
I am. I'm here now.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I'm
So
driving to Baltimore tonight, though. So got
you're
the
going to
Colts,
Baltimore tonight?
Colts Ravens tonight.
Hey, by the way, now that you're part of the ESPN family, how does it change at all? Like, does any of it? Have you guys had any meetings about it?
On track. I mean, it's we're looking at regulatory approval sometime maybe in 2026. I say maybe. So we're gonna still operate as NFL Network the way that we have for the next, definitely for this season, maybe even or all of next season as well. So this is what's happening now at this point is well beyond my head here, and well beyond the heads of a lot of folks that we work with, because it's now a federal thing that's going to have to be resolved.
Yes, well, it will be. You know
I mean,
that.
listen, we're excited. Working with a partner like that, and the ability to get on more TVs and more screens and do great stuff. People love the NFL. I mean, I just. My approach this year, and since we knew this was coming, was control the controllables and dive in and give the best football content, and people are going to want it no matter what.
Well, you're great at it, so you will have
you,
another incredible season. Let's start with the Eagles, and we're just talking about kind of chopping it up. Obviously, they lost a lot on defense, but when you kind of look deep at what they are. I mean, they're exciting as all get out. Their defense could be as good as it was last year, especially with Cooper, Quinyon, and Carter. That trinity on defense, they're really good. And Jihad from the second level is going to be nasty.
I do find I just came from San Francisco, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, they lost so much," and I don't think people credit enough, internal bumps or progressions as far as additions. And you're making those decisions as you go throughout the offseason, and you say, okay, these guys are only going to get better. Yeah, we've got to let some guys go up front, because you have to make tough decisions every year, particularly when you win the Super Bowl, or in the case of the Niners when they had to pay a quarterback. The organizations that draft and develop and are coached well, you can look at it and say, all right, even if you don't know who these guys are, you're not a hardcore football head, you say, give them the benefit of the doubt. They're going to draft and develop these guys. And look, the other thing is Jordan Davis is apparently motivated to come back and be more of a presence, and that bag of money is going to be sitting in front of him to motivate him as well. And if that's the case, you just added a guy that can play an extra down for you, which I know was a big issue for them. Not a big issue for them, but an issue for him last year, of why he wasn't having the impact that you think he's going to have when you draft him at that point. So Quinyon and I don't usually pay too much attention to this. I shouldn't say that, it's ours. But the top 100 list, Quinyon and Cooper were both in the top 100 NFL players list, which I thought was a stunner to me to have them both. They both played well last year, but usually it's like those accolades come a little later than they're supposed to come. This one was like, wow. So I think people around the league are noticing what these guys are and what they can be.
And it was well deserved too, because Quinyon is an elite cover corner, and they complement each other so well, because Cooper is such a physical presence in the middle of the field. I mean, the fact is, he's a great athlete, can play on the outside, can play slot corner, and now I think he's going to wind up having to play safety, because Makuba's not going to be ready, and I think Vic wants him in the middle of the field.
Yeah, dropped Derrick Henry on his butt last year in a game that I covered there in Baltimore. And they're playing Quinyon. They're moving him around this training camp to get him to play a little bit of everywhere. Yeah, do you want to have him travel with a guy, which from the time I saw him at the Senior Bowl, you could see the confidence in him, in his own ability, and allowing a receiver, because a lot of times, they're running these one-on-one drills. Can't let him on top of me. Can't let him on, because once he's behind you, I remember his quiet feet and allowing that and being able to play the ball from underneath, which he just did when I was there in camp last week. And I was like, okay, that's the same guy. That's the same confidence I remember. You got to have that as a cornerback, particularly at this level. So he is otherworldly special. Quinyon Mitchell is, and if you're going to have him travel and be able to lock down a receiver, that's just going to make your defense that much better.
Yeah. Let me ask you about when you were here. What did you hear? Some of the stuff. Obviously, Kevin Petullo taking over as the OC will be the big story on offense.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing I because I sort of pay attention to this stuff online is, well, last time we promoted from inside, it was a disaster. Well, I mean, it's two different guys, right? Number one. And number two, Petullo's got a good working relationship with Jalen Hurts. He was the guy that was really helping to mesh what Kellen Moore wanted to do coming in, or what he used to do coming in, with what they do and what they like to do and what Jalen likes to do. So I think that's the most important thing, is you've got the trust of the quarterback in what you're doing. Pushing the right buttons on game day, making the right play call. We don't know yet. We're going to have to find out. It's not that we don't know. I mean, he was involved in the play calling process. It was sort of a three-way thing. I mean, Kellen was making the calls, but they're in communication before the drive and during the drive. Hey, don't forget this. We wanted to do this, but let's adjust this way. So it's not like it's completely foreign to him at all. So that's going to be a part of it. But I think it seems like Jalen's got more. He's got a skin on the wall now, right? Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion, and now you've got another coordinator coming in, despite the fact that he's been there. But it's like, hey, guys, I've been through this a few times before. I'm going to have more of a say in this. So I think that's the way it's going right now. So we'll see how it goes. Kevin's a great guy. I've gotten a chance to know him since he's been there over the last couple of years. His daughter's an amazing golfer, by the way. Lauren just crushes it. State champion this summer with her team. She shot a 68. He was telling me she shot a 68, bogey-free 68 one day.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she's a stud. She'll probably go to college and tear it up there. You'll hear as much about Lauren as you will about Kevin in the coming years, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Hey, so if you look at Camp Quiet is the Eagles, the rest of the division, well, the Washington, Dallas is crazy. So let's go to Dallas.
I've been to all of them but Dallas, so fire away.
All right. Well, what are you hearing on that? Let's start with Dallas, only with the Micah front. We know their agents pretty well. We know Micah's agents pretty well, and it was pretty nasty trying to circumvent the agent, and it just blew up.
Andre, is that what you're saying? Andre's a Philly guy. So Andre had a story written about him recently. Was it the Inquirer? Somebody wrote about him, and there was something in there about him taking the bus at Broad and Olney, and I timed it up. I said, Andre, you probably were taking the bus while I was getting off the subway when I was going to LaSalle. I'm like, so we probably walked past each other one day, and life sort of brings people together. So now we're in the same business. So,
and Andre, God bless him, played at Temple, coached at Temple, was a personnel guy with the Bears, then became an agent. He knows it every which way. Dear friend, great guy.
Andre and David Mulugeta. These are not the two you want to be messing around with, and the things that Jerry Jones is doing, right? And it takes on a certain tone, right? Depending on who you're talking to. And, And because he's done this with Jason Witten before, and he's done this with Sean Lee before, and he's done this. They've gotten deals done where you're like, player probably should have gotten a little bit more, but it's because Jerry is here and you're a part of the Cowboy family, and when you're a Cowboy, you're gonna make more money off the field and all this stuff. But he tried it with Micah, and now David and Andre are involved, and they're not gonna play that game. They're not gonna go for that. And the deals that David Mulugeta is Deshaun Watson's agent,
right?
Okay, so now you can say the Browns never should have done that deal, which is fine. They've said it themselves. We made a mistake. But from an agent standpoint, that's the best you can possibly do.
Right.
So I think he's going to take pennies on the dollar. It's just not going to happen. And then when you start this whole, like, I don't even know who he is, and I'm this guy, a handshake deal with it's just not going to play well with them. So in the end, I do think that there's a big part of Micah Parsons that wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. Okay. And I do think that there's a part of Jerry Jones that eventually will kick in and say, let's just get this deal done. So I think he's still there. I think he's still there for a lot of money. Something that could have been done months ago. Ant, you and I could have probably banged it out in 5 minutes. Is taking 5 months for some reason. I have no idea. So that's where we are on that one, Ant.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's going to get done, but there's collateral damage because, players see that stuff, and it's never good how it plays out. Let's go to Washington because the other holdout seems a little bit more scarier from Washington. McLaurin, are they going to get that deal done?
I think so. In the end, he'll you can dress these deals up a certain way too. Like you can make it like, oh, he got $30 million per year. I think that's a big number. 30 is because the top of the market's at 40. He's down at about 23 on average of the deal that he did. He's at 15 this upcoming season because as the deal goes on, you front load it so it's a smaller number. So you say, I'm only making 15 this year. Well, yeah, but you made that much more early on. And I've seen owners and GMs have to say that before. Like, why are we focusing on this number? Don't you remember what we just paid you? How did you forget that all of a sudden? The average of the deal is over the entire deal. So anyway, but if you look at it, even from an average standpoint, which is fair to the team, 40, he's down there at 23, somewhere in the middle. And I think if you get to 30 some way, somehow, which I don't think they're at right now, from my understanding, if you get to 30, and even if you backload it and say, hey, the average of the deal is 30, so it's a win for the player and the agent to be able to say, well, at least we got over that threshold to that new number, and you guarantee as much as you possibly can. You're already guaranteed. I mean, you're ready to pay him 15. So that's boom. You put that in the bank. That's already 15 guaranteed. You add a little bit more on top of that, and you get to a decent number, and the deal gets done. He's down there. He's hugging Josh Harris while he's down there. He's letting Dan Quinn know ahead of time, hey, I'm going to request a trade. He's handling it about as. And I've said this to people. It's not like you're walking through the hallway and you see the GM or the coach and you just don't even you give them one of these or something. It's still you're still talking and communicating.
Right.
It's not like that. It's business, right? So I think Terry McLaurin, even more so to that end, has helped make this be an experience that's not really a problem for anybody down there. So I think in the end it gets done.
So what do they look like? First of all, what's Debo? The video of him looking thick. You were down there. It was
we interviewed him. We interviewed him. He is thick.
Yeah.
But not fat. It's just amazing. There was one time one year, Eddie Lacy, who was big.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But he was turning a certain way and it was a still shot and he looked enormous. And then they were like, no, it's just a bad, So I think whatever that was just, he's still, we sat next to him. He looked fine to me. He looked fine when he was out there running. I think that's a little overblown, but he is a load. He's hard to bring down. We've seen that before, and that's why he's able to play a little bit of the running back position too.
Do you see a regression with them?
I do. I think for a number of reasons. One of which is that their schedule is sort of tough and lines up. They've got 4 games with teams coming off a bye, and I did sort of break this down. People were like, well, yeah, but those games are but it's still a rest disparity there against them. And that was something that San Francisco had last year that they thought was a huge factor. They were playing 4 teams coming off a bye. They had other problems, including McCaffrey getting hurt. But so that's an issue there. Jaden did last year. He already started to see as the season went on different looks. Because a lot of times you go, oh, you got a season's worth of film, and now they're going to show him things that make him uncomfortable and all that stuff. He did sort of see that, so they're confident that he already has adjusted to some stuff in his rookie year. I do think though that once the defensive coordinators get an entire offseason to take a breath, and you're not doing it just within a couple of days, it's a little bit different. So I think you're going to see a little bit of that, and I just think that. In this league, sometimes when you get a little bit too over your skis, right out of the gate, there is that natural regression.
Right.
So I think you'll see a little bit of that. I do.
I love the kid. I love Daniels. I love the way his delivery, the way he throws the football, what he sees, his mobility. But I also thought they got a little older, surprisingly, in their roster.
Yeah, they did. They're going for it. They're doing what the Eagles did it with Jalen and Carson when they were younger. It's like we've got the ability to go for it now. We can add to the roster. And now I keep mentioning the Niners. The Niners are the reverse of that, right? Now we got to pay Purdy and strip it down, and we're going to have to rely on our top 3, 4 draft picks, which are all on defense, by the way, which they're really excited about. We're going to have to rely on some of these young guys as an infusion to make up for some of these tough decisions that we have to make. So Washington's going to get there after next season when it's time to pay Jaden Daniels. But right now, it's like we're going to go for it. And all these parts, that was a terrible way of saying it, but all these players are almost in their mind like disposable parts is what I'm trying to say, because they're short-term deals. Okay, get rid of them. Now these guys that we drafted, we've got to hit on, because that's how you backfill that.
Let's go to the Giants. What are you hearing about Dart? How soon will we see him?
I mean, their schedule out of the gate is tough. They've got the Eagles in 2 of 3 weeks early on, and I think that's the point at which you're looking at it and going like, "Geez, they're 1-6, they're 2-5, they're something like that." It's tough. I mean, the only way I sort of broke it down, the only way this thing flips on its head is if they win in Washington week 1, which I suppose anything's. They did play them well last year too.
I like their defense. I mean, I hear good things about the Giants' defense.
Abdul Carter is a freak.
Yeah.
I mean, Abdul Carter is out of control. The stuff he's doing in training camp, day in and day out, is just otherworldly. And then if you got Burns and you got Thibodeau and you're rushing the passer and you got Dexter Lawrence, I mean, you still win in this league by being tough up front and being able to wreck stuff up front, and they are. There's holes elsewhere. This is not a complete roster by any stretch. I just look at the schedule. I mean, it's at Washington, at Dallas. I think first 2 are on the road. Then it's Kansas City, Chargers at home, New Orleans, which they could win. They're going to have to steal some of these games, but then it's like Eagles, somebody else, Eagles, something like that. So I think after that stretch, barring stealing some of these games along the way, I think then you might see Jackson at that point. The Lane Kiffin offense, can it translate to the NFL? Obviously, they felt confident the way that they drafted him that he was going to be able to read the field and do everything he can. He's showing them a little bit of that in training camp. It's a little bit different when you can get knocked on your butt. So the way I see the Giants this year, I think it's a slow start for them. I do think late in the year he comes in, maybe he plays well. You could see them finish strong, which would be good for Daboll and Joe Shane to make a statement like, "Hey, we're moving in the right direction. You got to keep us here. We're going to take the next step next year." So we'll see. I like Dart's demeanor. I got a chance to meet him. Got a chance to, he walked up. It's a little thing, and people may say you're making too much of it, but he walked up. "Hey, Jackson, Mike Garafolo, nice to meet you. I think Judy was with me. Hey, nice to meet you. Baldy was with me that day." And then he went to the crew, introduced himself to the audio guy. Said it's the first time a player ever introduced himself to me, and then to the camera guy and then to our producer. "Hey, Jax," but not in a phony way either. I think a lot of what Russ does, and I like Russ a lot. I think he's perfect for this team right now because it's positivity and energy. Daniel Jones was kind of like a dead fish there the last couple of years. But sometimes people think that's phony. Like, this was completely genuine. So I like that about him. That's the way you got to be as a leader in the building.
Let's go outside the division. What's going on in Minnesota? There's a lot of talk about the kid not being anywhere close, but McCarthy is struggling.
I thought that was a leap of faith by Minnesota and I know why they did it, right? He did it, no competition, nothing in his ear, clear runway, coming back from an injury. We don't need that on top of all that stuff. But I thought that was a big leap of faith to not really add somebody. They weren't interested in Rodgers, who was immensely interested in going there. But that would have, you're basically saying that JJ is going to sit for another year. So I get why they're doing it, but I do think they're playing a little bit of a dangerous game right there. He's got to play well. And he did in the preseason last year, but Vanilla probably was going against the second team defense, if I remember correctly, Vanilla defenses and all that stuff. So I'm looking at that one a little bit. I think Kevin O'Connell's a fantastic head coach,
great
certainly
coach.
A great offensive line. And I'm not rooting against any of them by any, but I'm looking at that a little bit, kind of like, which way is this one going to go?
Who in that division? You get Lions, who are terrific, but you know what? You lose your center, who is one of the great players of all time. You got questions in Green Bay, and Chicago's Ben Johnson. So and the quarterback.
I think Chicago could jump up here. I like Chicago a lot. I do. I really do.
So you believe in the quarterback?
No, not fully. No, but I believe in the coach's ability to get the best out of the quarterback.
Okay.
It is funny. I've gone
Because
on
I
this
don't believe
tour.
in him either.
I've gone on this tour this year, and I brought that up a few times. And I've had personnel guys up to general managers who are like, yeah, I don't know about the quarterback. And I'm like, okay, let's, and you never really know, but like, let's do revisionist history, not revisionist history. Let's go back to what, we would have taken Jaden over Caleb. We would have taken Drake over Caleb. It's like, we weren't sold on the quarterback. So you tell me the only team that had the first overall pick was the only team that was sold on the quarterback. Is that what you're telling me? But I heard a little bit of coming out, some people inside the league that were like, listen, there are some questions there. The Bears were full steam ahead, obviously. I think it's going to be a good marriage. I just, Ben Johnson at some point is very demanding, very demanding. And Jared Goff can handle that. Can Caleb handle that? That's my question. That's my biggest question there. I think for year one, at least, I think he can. I think he's going to get the most out of him. But I like their roster. I think they're really good across the board. And I think they did a great job with their offensive line to get a lot better. They're going to score points. I think they'll be really good defensively. They got a good coordinator on that side of the ball. I'm bullish on the Bears, which I know you're not supposed to say because that's the two Wall Street things that go against.
How about Al Stafford, the back? Because if he's right, they could be the biggest threat to the Eagles.
Yeah, but that's a question mark, and I mean that's a disc thing that even if I said this last night on air, even if he plays week one, it's not like okay, good, it's completely behind him. I mean that's something you got to watch and something that could be an issue going forward. And Jimmy G had options this offseason. He could have gone a lot of places, and he really liked the Rams. And Sean McVay thinks incredibly high. He likes Jimmy a lot. So he's going to be a big factor in their season one way or another. I truly believe that. Their defensive front and those young guys are incredible. And they're really forming a good core that's helping establish culture on that side of the ball. I think about as good as you possibly could have done losing an otherworldly defensive lineman in Aaron Donald and being able to replace him with these guys up front. They are unbelievably good. And we saw it last year. I mean, they gave the best run at the Eagles out of anybody in the postseason. So can you carry that momentum forward and can you keep your quarterback upright? Those are the two questions, certainly with the Rams.
And in Tampa, same boat when it comes to the offensive line as Detroit. You suffer a huge loss.
But they like their guys. They like their younger. These guys are starting to get up there here, and Gadecki's up for a contract extension, so you're probably going to see him get paid in the near future. Their receiver core is about as good as you could want, and as good as you can have the set moving forward. I mean, they got two veterans, and then they got two young guys behind them that they really like, including Ibuka, the rookie first-round pick. So I love Todd Bowles, man.
And I love Bucky Irving, too. Bucky Irving's a player.
Bucky is a player. Bucky is a player. And defensively, they're going to be – I think Hassan Reddick, I think this could be quite the redemption story for him this year. Yes. They signed him quick. They loved him up. There's the Temple connection with Todd. I love Todd Bowles.
He's
Todd
the
Bowles,
best. Temple Sod, man, he's the best.
He is awesome, and talk about I don't root for, but talk about the people that you're happy for success. When Todd Bowles wins games and wins divisions, I'm happy for Todd Bowles.
So who have you liked? Like who do you see all your travel so far? What's kind of popped out at you? San
Francisco. And it's not just recency bias because that's where I finished up my tour. But I came into this offseason saying I think that team's going to be, and so Robert Saleh back there as defensive coordinator, which I think is going to be great for him because, and I told him this, I saw him the other day. I was like, as a head coach, especially when so much is going wrong, and you want to say so much, and you want to do, and you got to keep that. So he had to be this guy. And that's not him. I mean, remember him as a defensive coordinator.
He's not muted. He's not muted,
and now he's not going to be. So I think that's going to be freeing for him. I think it's going to be rejuvenating for him. I mentioned the young guys. They got a couple of young guys on the defensive side of the ball that they're really going to lean on. There's a cornerback named Upton Stout, which when he got drafted, I said, "Oh, Upton Stout. That sounds like a beer. Like I'll have an Upton Stout." And he's going to be a cornerback that's really done well for them so far in camp. So you're going to hear some guys and some names on defense from some rookies that are going to have to step up for them that I think will. And they have – I got to find a better word because nothing in the NFL is easy. We've been calling it the easiest schedule.
Yeah.
By any metric you want, by last year's record, which I hate to do, but even by projected wins. Our Cynthia Freeland does projected wins. You've also got the ones that we show on the screen, DraftKings or whatever. Here's their projected wins. If you do it by that, the Niners have the least amount of expected wins of opponents. I'm not going to say easy. Least amount of expected wins by opponents this year. So I think they could fatten up and get themselves a nice playoff seed.
Were you, speaking of schedules, on the opposite side, were you in Pittsburgh? The Steelers' schedule's nasty. I don't know how you have a winning record. You brought up Rodgers earlier, and I go, I'm looking at that schedule. It's murderous.
It's blind faith in Mike Tomlin to be on the plus side of 500. It is. And I did look at it. I was there in the spring. I covered the mini camp when Rodgers got there. I also, and I hate this. I mean, have we seen the best of Rodgers? I mean, I know we've seen the best of him. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that.
Right.
Can we see anything close to that? Because the last years with the Jets, I mean, even the early last year, he was hurt. And the year before is obviously a wash, and you're coming off of that as well. Is it another year to reset? He knows that's it for him. He's saying this is the last year. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Right? Does he go halfway through the season? Screw this. Right. I'm looking at the schedule now. They open at the Jets. I'll probably have that game. Home against the Seahawks, at the Patriots, home against the Vikings. You can have Browns. I mean,
but then it gets bad. Like you can get off to a good
early.
start. But then look at the last 10, 11 games.
Yeah.
They get nasty.
They got the Ravens twice in the last 5. They got the Lions there. The Bills are there. At the Bears, which, again, I think is going to be a pretty good team. I mean, and that's what happened to them last year. It was one of those where like, oh, they're fattening up their record now, but look at that last stretch. And then a lot of times teams are okay. This was like, boom, forget it. And Russ fell off a cliff and everything fell off a cliff. So yeah, they're gonna have to fatten up early again.
So what's your schedule? I love it, man. It's the best. Watch it. Yeah, I gotta get pumped up. Hanging with Baldy. I wanted to crash the party.
You should one year. It's fantastic. And I love being with I've said this to people. When you're with Baldy, you can't stump him. You can ask him any question about anything on the team. He's ready to go. He remembers who they drafted. He remembers who they brought in. He remembers who they lost.
Knows their depth chart inside and out, man. It's crazy.
He knows about the coaches and the impact. His passion for the game and his passion for what we do is unmatched. I got a chance to be with him, I think, twice this inside training camp so far. It's just a special thing. You just try to get out of the way, right? You want to get your points in. You want to get you're not just there to watch. You got a microphone in your own hand. But you do want to.
The pinky's going this way, and
I mean, as somebody said to me the other day, how many Instagram followers? Don't look. How many Instagram followers does Baldy have? And I said, oh, he's got a ton. I looked at it recently. He's got 300,000. They said he's
million.
Yeah. And I go. Like that, and it's grown, and it's grown quickly, and it's the passion for the Baldy's breakdowns.
Yes.
So we were together in with the Giants, and he won't. He's positive. He'll be honest, and sometimes he'll talk about it and say, hey, this is going to be a challenge for them. Whereas some people say, they stink, and this.
Right.
Everybody's out there working. Everybody's nobody's trying to suck.
Right.
So I like the way that he poses that, and you can look at it and say, okay, this might be a tough road for them in this area or whatever because of the way that he answered it. But anyway, to answer your question, we're at Baltimore tonight. We'll have some pre-game coverage. I'll have an interview after the game there. Next week, I'll probably try to get to Eagles Browns joint practices, or at least one. They have 2 days of those, or 1 day of those.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, so I think I'll get to one of those. Giants and Jets have a joint practice. And now we don't travel. We're not doing the inside training camp. That part's done where we go wall-to-wall coverage. So now it's like, what can I drive to? So I'll try to get as much as I can.
That's awesome. How are the girls?
The girls are great. I haven't heard anything. They're upstairs with my parents. So I guess that means everything's okay.
That's awesome. Mom and Dad.
I got to go cook them breakfast. Vivian, or I guess it was Carmen said it today. She's like, we never went. You said we were going to go bowling this summer. We didn't go bowling. And I was like, oh, guys, I said, I guess I'll take you today. Because I got to get on the road to Baltimore. So we're going to do some morning bowling here if I'm looking at the clock.
You're a good man. Good dad. My brother, we love you. First of many. You're the greatest, pal. Proud
All right, go Phils.
There he is. Go Phils. Mike Garafolo, Mikey G.
Good to have Mike back.
Yeah, man. I swear to God, I could have spent all
Oh,
day.
you guys are just going and riffing it to you.
Every one of these teams.
Hey, have you heard the Hutch rule is now in effect in Detroit?
Yeah, in fact, tell her.
So Aiden Hutchinson's back
Yeah.
from his injury. He's been blowing up so many plays on defense that it's the Hutch rule. When he blows up a play, they continue the play just so they can practice the play.
Yeah.
He's disrupting everything.
He's scary. You forget how good he is.
Yeah.
You know, like he was a great, great player.
Yeah. So I don't know if I don't know if we don't know. Is he that great or is their line struggling right now too? It could be a combination.
I mean, their line is really good, so they didn't lose their tackle.
Right.
So I think it's him.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost their center. That's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's coming off the edge. Those tackles are good.
Yeah. The Hutch rule.
Per they soul. Like they're good. Yeah. Dude, it's the best, man. It's back. It's back. All right. Coming up. Oh, I know one man's firing up for football. In fact, you have a new opening too.
He's got a new opening. I wonder if he's gonna wear Eagle stuff or Phillies today. What do you think?
I think he's Phillies. I don't know. It's opener. I'll say
Eagles. Opener.
He's
on
in the
Eagles.
Is he in the green room? Can you see him?
No, he's not here yet.
Yeah, it'll be Eagles. You're right.
Yeah.
It'll be Eagles.
Oh, quick update on the smelling salts.
Yeah, no. In fact, I was going to bring this up. So they didn't ban the smelling salts.
So stupid.
Right? Well, no, it's not. It's nefarious.
Well, it's a legality
nefarious.
reason. Yeah.
So it's not that teams won't supply the ammonia tablets for the players.
Yeah, bring your own ammonia. It's allowed.
BYOA.
Yeah, you can bring it and use it. We're not giving it to you. We're not supplying it.
It's just a lawsuit.
We got nothing to do with it.
It's all about legal and not being sued.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some of our friends. All right. Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Yeah, it's ready. It's waiting for you. Tonight, preseason football right on the app. And then all weekend long, Phillies Rangers this weekend. We didn't talk much baseball. We'll talk a little baseball on the other end, I'm sure, with Kevin. Ranger, speaking of Ranger.
Yeah. Should have traded him at the deadline.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Bullpen alert.
Yeah.
But check out the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Everything you want, right? So when the season kicks off, you're going to have yards and touchdowns and you name it, like a myriad of ways to play the games. Have some fun with it. Also, the casino. You got live dealer blackjack and roulette and all your favorite casino games right on the app. So you can check it out. There's always another way to win. My man does all the casino games and slots.
I'm a Cleopatra. I didn't do many slots last night, but Cleopatra's my jam right now. Yeah. She's been treating me very, very well.
You're winning off of Cleo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I like it. Cleo. My grandmother had a friend named Cleo.
Wasn't Miss Cleo, was it?
No.
It was on the telephone?
I remember Miss Cleo. She was a psychic.
Yeah.
She was a psychic. No, there was a lady Cleo.
Okay.
Hi, doll. Is your grandmother there? Hello, doll. Cleo. She was the greatest. She had the cigarette coming out.
Oh, I'm picturing it. Yes, with that voice. Yeah.
All right. Check out the app. So much fun to hang with. The Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. You got to be 21. New customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be 21. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. We're in the middle of summer. That means that kids are not in school and they're out and about, and maybe they're doing extra chores around the house, getting a little more money in their pocket. Maybe they picked up a summer job. So TrueMark Financial has got the perfect thing to help set them up with something that teaches them real-world money skills and gives them a little freedom. It's the TrueMark Financial Greenlight debit card and money app. And if you're a TrueMark Financial member, you get a free Greenlight account for your kids or teens. And it's a simple way for them to manage their own money, whether it's from a job, allowance, birthday cash, cool uncles, a lemonade stand, you name it. They get their own debit card. They can set savings goals, track spending, and learn how to budget, all while you stay in the loop from your phone. So you're in control, but they get to learn how money really works in everyday life. Build a little confidence, a little responsibility. So before the summer's gone, this is a great way to help your kids build some smart money habits that'll stick with them long after the season's over. So Head over to truemark.com/greenlight and get all the details and sign up today. And don't miss this chance to set your kids up for financial success now and throughout their adult life. truemark.com/greenlight.
All right, I know this man is fired up. I know he can't wait for it. Eagles football. Football. We get to see it. Our man, hometown hero, ESPN, the great Kevin the Gandhi, and we have an opening for Kevin. A new opening.
Hometown hero, hometown hero, Kevin the Blondie, from Temple to ESPN.
Big buddy.
Oh boy, I was not expecting that. Well done.
Because you and I had the matching hoop earring.
Yo, all my guys here at ESPN have so much fun with that one. And I was like, boy, you guys don't know what that was killing in 1994,
Damn
1995.
right, brother.
That was killing it.
I had the two hoops. Are you kidding me?
I only went one.
Yeah.
But I had a big one. Like it was like one of those Shaq ones, you know, when he had like Shazam or whatever. And it was wild.
I started out with one, and then the next thing you know, I had three. Two on the left and one on the right. I used to jingle.
My kids bring it up all the time. How come you don't have one? And my wife just looks at me with the side eye. By the way, you need to give me that clip. Every time my wife gets snippy with me, I'm just going to play that clip. Do you know who you're talking to? And I'm just going to play the clip.
Yes.
Yes. I love it. All right, so much to talk about, but the lead of today is it's back. The quest starts tonight. Preseason football, Birds back in action, Kev.
Just don't get hurt. That's it. Just don't get hurt. Let the boys figure it out a little bit. And I think I've talked to you about this so many times. We view preseason completely different from what it was even 5 years ago, right? Really, the preseason is the first month of September for really the starters. Now it's just trying to figure out who could play, who can make the roster on the back end, because usually when this is all put together, it's really 6 to 8 guys that they're trying to figure out who can make the team, right? Especially a team like this. So just don't get hurt more than anything else.
When you're looking ahead, and I was doing this, like to me, if you were asked about the 5 kind of recipes for a repeat.
Yeah.
So I have, and we'll go through with you. Number one is Jalen Carter's number one, because Carter is so dominant that anything you lost on that line should be able to make up for.
I think that's great. Yes. And we also know that the way the Eagles operate, at the end of this season, Carter's going to get a monster contract. They're not messing around, right? So this is a year where it's, listen, show us what you got, man. and I think Carter knows that. And we're just touching literally the tip of the iceberg with this guy and how really good he can be. Like, he's still learning how to play. So you're 100% right, man. Like, I also think that while we have that in the front, the front defensive line, I think the biggest storyline, in camp so far has been the question marks at safety and losing, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and what are they going to do in that secondary, and Cooper seeing reps, and he's like a Swiss Army knife. He can play a variety of positions. Makuba being hurt, that plays a role here. I think safety concerns me. And safety, and this is Reed's last year, safety has been a concern over the last few years. The only time it's kind of been solidified is when you had CJ play on this team 2 different instances, and both times they went to the Super Bowl. So I think they've got to figure out what they have to do with the safety position.
With you, that was my second, and really in no particular order. But Cooper, listen, Coop's the answer, and he's going to play. He could play. He's so much more valuable in the middle of the field, Kev.
Yeah.
whether it's nickel or at safety, that's what he does. He can play outside corner, but I think Howie told you, I'll go get Bennett, put him out there, and I need Cooper to play safety.
He's so instinctive. That's the one thing with Cooper. Like, again, go back to the last time we saw them play. That interception, right? If you ever go back and listen to the tracks, right? Bond, who I'm, by the way, wearing a shirt, Bond goes up to him after the pick six and says, yeah, that's a veteran move, man. Like, and when you hear Mahomes describe the play, like, he's clearly pointing out that how Cooper basically kind of disguised it and anticipated what was happening. And that's a rookie making that play, right? In the Super Bowl against what many believe is the greatest quarterback of all time, right? So I think instinctively Cooper can do anything. And you're right. You've got to have him more involved in the middle of the field. It just concerns me. Guys like Kelee, Ringo have not taken the next step that they were hoping for on that one side by losing Slay. And then you've got to look at Q potentially saying, all right, you're Rover everywhere. Instead of just saying, this is your side of the field, and we had Slay on the other side. Now it's like, all right, wherever the number one wide receiver is going to go, Q's got to go.
Yeah.
And that disrupts the kind of flow that you want to have where you have one guy here, you don't need to worry. They don't have that luxury right now as they try to figure it out over the next 4 weeks.
Now, the good thing is you're wearing Zach Baun's shirt. The guy next to Zach Baun is going to be special. You and I both loved him in college, and he is flying. I was talking to somebody down there the other day. They're like, dude, wait till you see. First of all, he doesn't even know the defense yet, and he's just flying, like making plays everywhere. Jihad is going to be a huge game breaker, like a big-time weapon on that side of the ball.
You're right. You're 100% right. And we're anticipating where this team's going to be, but like literally middle of the season, even a year from now, this will be that linebacker unit will be such a huge strength when you're going down the line with Baun, Dean, Campbell, and Trott Jr., right? Again, this is another one of those things with Howie where he has figured it out. We've seen him do this. I made a mistake. I'm going to correct it and figure it out and fix it, right? I will go a lot heavy SEC no matter what now, as we have a lot of ingredients of a Georgia-Alabama team. He made that mistake a few years ago, owned it, right? I'm going to sign Saquon Barkley and go premier running back. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to draft a linebacker in the first round. I'm going to pay a linebacker with Baun's contract. He is understanding, okay, those are the holes that I had previously, and you're 100% right. I think Jihad Campbell is going to be absolutely incredible. Give him time, because right now he is so raw. And he's got a dog mentality that this defense is going to fit so perfectly with Vic. Once he just knows where he's playing. I mean, I saw Saquon talk about him and compare him to physically raw to Micah. And when you can do that and you're impressing the running back on the other side, that says a hell of a lot. And it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Because listen, as Philadelphians, we identify with the linebacker on our defense. It's always been like that. It's how we looked at through, the eyes of Seth Joyner. It's how we looked at through the eyes of a variety of guys through the years, right? Like all the William Thomas, right? If you keep on going, Jeremiah Trotter, senior, like how we identified these defenses through the linebacking position.
Yeah, man, it's the truth. All right, other side of the ball, Kev.
Yeah.
Now, we're having this conversation. Even if I hear good things about Steen, but even if Steen is just, say he's an average left guard, even if that's the case, right guard, even if that's the case, there were 4/5 of that line is elite. So I don't worry about that. The only thing you can look at besides injury,
that's a big
wide receiver depth. I mean, there's nothing else.
Yeah. I completely agree. I've heard good things about Jahan Dotson. I think some of the writers have said some good things about him getting on the same page with Jalen. But you're right. And I'm glad you prefaced by saying injuries. Because, listen, when you're on that line, we've seen some guys dinged up, and then you got to transition. I just believe in Stout so much. He's such a Hall of Fame elite type of coach that he's going to make sure that if somebody has to come in, they're going to figure it out. I kind of also like what I've been seeing and hearing from the offensive linemen, the veteran guys on, hey, we come in, we establish, this is what we do. And Lane had some quotes recently about showing up to work on time and establishing yourself as a rookie. You better be there early. You know, like I like that kind of stuff. Like these guys what they're doing is policing themselves in the locker room. And that's what you ultimately need. That's the success of a really good team. The veterans run the locker room and say, hey, this is how we do it. And the coaches don't have to say it, right? You bring a certain attitude. And then when you have the 3 offensive linemen that they brought in, dudes, you and I have talked about this, especially in day 3. They drafted bodies, like dudes, like massive guys that Stout can chisel, right? And if you look at the history of what they did with Mulata, massive. Let's just chisel and get him mentally right? Like look what they did with Mekhi Becton. Massive. Let's just get him mentally right. They drafted some dudes, man, like big horses. And now let's get them mentally right, and we'll find a way to put them in. And maybe we'll see those guys in the middle of the season. The Steen stuff, I've been hoping. And, I mean, you look at the pedigree. You see he's been established and been around. Now you got to figure this out now and find your way. If not, that's why I think the Eagles invested in OL. Yep.
Spot on. So how do you look at tonight? How do you watch tonight?
I watch with curiosity. You know, we're all guilty of this. And I would say about 10 years ago, I was, super hype. I couldn't, like, the energy, the juices, can't wait, can't wait. And then I realized, like, a few years ago, I was like, as soon as you watch, like, the third quarter, and I'm like, I don't care about it. What are we doing? Like, just get off the field and don't get hurt, right? Like, just don't get hurt. And then you get to a point where you're like, oh, this is a great story. Oh, yeah, let's see if he can make the team. But I don't care. Like it is always the same feeling I think all of us have as football fans in August. I can't wait, it's here. And then it happens, you're like, all right, I'm over it. Week 2, I'm over it. So that's how I view it.
Hey, I want to ask you this though. And you and I always have this same kind of feel when it comes to this stuff. This year feels different going into the season than it did in 2018 when they won the Super Bowl. I feel like I'm way more into it, and we haven't seen is a dynasty, right? Like, is to be like the Steelers or the Cowboys or those teams that we were growing up dominated the headlines.
Yeah, man, you're 100% right. And I also think it's the mentality of this team. Like, so 2017, just everybody felt that was special the whole year, right? Everybody. And then the injury to Carson and then what Nick Foles did, everything felt magical, right? But there was a lot of reality to it, too. It was the biggest storyline was the instability at quarterback. What were we going to do with Carson if he's not healthy at the start of the season? Then you got to go to Nick Foles. And I think everybody that was around that team all kind of knew that the quarterback wasn't happy and he was the future, he was the franchise leader and all that stuff. But wasn't happy that the backup came in and owned the locker room and owned the team, right? This feels different because I think the second Super Bowl, how they did it, I think gave the Eagles fan base, I'm speaking for myself, maybe I shouldn't speak in generalities, gave us a sense of peace.
Yes.
Like, hey,
yes.
man.
Yes.
All right, that first one was like, we finally did it. This second one is like, okay,
right.
We're here. We've arrived, and now look at the way this offense and defense is, that we have a sense of peace that, yeah, man, this is who we are. And Joe Banner said it years ago about the gold standard. I feel like the Eagles now are part of that conversation. This Eagles organization now is a gold standard.
Yes.
Across the board, right? it didn't feel like lightning in the bottle, and it didn't feel like we have aging veterans. It feels like we've arrived and we are here. And this window is going to be 3 to 5 years. And listen, I shouldn't say that in the NFL because these windows.
No, you're right. You're right. The way it's built,
different.
yes, it's different. You captured it too. The word you said about 17 and then how it felt in 18 is peace.
Yeah.
It was like, we got that thing off our back, man.
Yes. Yeah, I completely.
And now it's let's LFG, motherfucker.
And here's the other thing, though. I do want to tell Eagles fans this. Like my two boys last night, they pulled up some computer thing on their iPad where they're like, "Hey, Dad, let's go through the schedules. We've got this app, and let's go." And in the beginning, I'm telling you, they were completely stunned by, Dad, you have them losing in week 2 to the Chiefs. You have them losing to the Bucs again. And I was like, yeah, they're going to go 2-2. And they were like, and the process of a 13-year-old and 11-year-old was like, how could you do that? And I was explaining to them, I was like, well, the Bucs have always given us problems. And it's because Todd Bowles. And honestly, I don't go in there expecting anything, right? Listen, I hope they show up because the last couple Bucs games have been like, what the hell are we doing? And there's a sense of maturity with this team. But my whole approach has been September is going to be just get to 500 to get through those 4 games at 2-2, right? And then how I view it is, all right, they're going to go 12-5. Now, the first time I did it a few weeks ago, I had them at 13-4. Yesterday, I had them at 12-5. My younger son was in disbelief. He was like, kind of ticked off at me. And I was like, you just got to understand, I think 12-5 is just right here. It's not high, it's not low. I'm just right here. And I feel okay with that because I kind of want to see where they're at, what they're doing. And also the schedule's awful. We're on the road every other week, right? The way they close out the season, you've got 2 Washington games and the Bills game sandwich in between. We have no idea where we're going to be at, what those teams are going to be like and what they're looking for. And so, like, I feel okay at 12-5 and getting into the playoffs. And then, all right, we're ready to do damage. The most important thing to me is where's this team's health in December, right? And secondly, can you find a way to secure home field advantage potentially in maybe week 2, right, of the playoffs?
Spot on.
Right. Are you with me on all of that?
Lockstep. It's exactly how I feel. Lockstep.
Yeah.
Now, you got them what?
14-3. A little disrespectful at 12-5.
No, I say it the same way. The exact same way.
Me and Grok are exactly at 14-3.
Listen, okay, and whoever's listening to this, just understand, we're not, and I know where VG's come, we're not being disrespectful. I think we're being also like reasonable, right? I want to be reasonable, and I want to be aware that, holy crap, the schedule's not easy, and holy crap, they're going to be on the road for some key games, traveling cross-country to the Chargers. My oldest was like, you had them losing to the Chargers? I'm like, it's just L.A. I have no idea where a hardball team's going to be at that point.
Exactly.
Like, another guy with the hardball, though. More hardball, though.
He's a good coach, man. Really good coach. I don't know where Herbert's going to be. Right?
These people.
We just got to – we got to be – you know why? Here's another thing. I don't – with you going 14-3, I don't want to feel awful at 13-4. I just don't want to feel awful.
I mean, they won the NFC Championship game in Super Bowl by like 194 points. I mean,
time out. You know and I know also that Rams game, if they didn't have home field advantage, was not going to be really good, the way Stafford was playing at that time, right? Secondly,
they would have smoked them. The snow was the equalizer in that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it's home field. That's a home field advantage.
But if that was a clean surface, Saquon have 300 yards rushing.
No, okay. Now, second, I'm going to tell you also, Commanders in that situation, right? We also know the game completely turned on the Eckler fumble. Completely turned on the Eckler fumble because they were going toe-to-toe because that quarterback is damn special as a rookie, right? The way Washington's set up, they're going to be really tough. And we also know going into the Super Bowl, the Chiefs' offensive line was their weakness. We exposed it like the Bucs did in the Super Bowl when they lost.
They got better.
Exactly. So I think all these things play a huge role here in kind of where my thought process
Buffalo, we got to go to Buffalo at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's one of the 3 losses.
All right, I just respect the game. 12-5
Respect
is a great
respect the champs.
12-5 is a great record. Like if they go 12-5,
does that give you home?
That's
Does that
great.
give you a home field advantage?
Yeah. You're also at Green Bay. You've got Detroit on the schedule. Like, these are some freaking games, man. Like there's some like
you just went through the NFC with me, telling me there's no one you're worried about.
Well, I'm not. But again, that doesn't mean they can't lose a game here and there.
They will. Yeah, but
that's
5
we're going through the conference, right?
Yeah. Let's go do this. I like this exercise.
And so if you think about it, right? So start the division. Washington, they have to have some sort of regression. I love Daniels. So he's not CJ Stroud. He's going to be great. I think he's great. But I don't think the way they won games, I don't think they have the same year.
Yeah.
Assuming that McLaurin gets signs, right?
But I will also tell you to that point, and I agree with you 100%. I think Dan's still going to win them games. Well, one thing is that we don't play them early. Where's that team going to be in December? I have no idea.
Yes.
Is he playing with extreme confidence? Have they figured it out? Then you got to play him in the last 3 weeks. That's it's the timing of when you play these teams, right? And that's the thing that kind of annoyed me, that you got the Cowboys out the gate because you would usually play them in week 8, then you'd play them in December, right? Like, listen, I like all the drama the Cowboys are going to have. We all know what's going on. Jerry's dragging this out because the week of of opening week, they'll get the Micah Parsons deal done. No one's talking about the Eagles. Everybody's talking about the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, and Micah Parsons, and Jerry owns the week. I already know that. I'm predicting how this is all playing out. He gets the deal done Tuesday or Wednesday night. The game's on Thursday, and everybody's talking about the Cowboys, not the Eagles. I'm fine with it, right? It's just the timing of when they play these games. All right, continue now. Let's continue to go to now the Central, the North.
Well, you're right, and even Dallas, to your point. I mean, Mike is going to get done, but they're not a huge threat. Lions. Now the Lions can be great. Now they have a big hole in the middle of that line, so replacing a legend at center is a big deal.
But you got Hutchinson. They didn't have him healthy. The biggest issue for the Lions is this: replacing 2 coordinators. Yeah. And they were fantastic coordinators, both of them. So I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Lions. Remember, a year ago at this same time, everybody's like they're going to be the Super Bowl favorite in the NFC, right? So I think people sleep on the Lions, and that Dan Campbell's toughness and mentality that always concerns me.
Agreed. Now, I don't know what to make of Green Bay. Right? I like Green Bay more than other people because I like Love more than other people.
I'm with you.
I think they're good. I think they're well coached.
Very good.
Right?
Yes.
And
I'm 100% with you.
I like Golden. I thought Golden was a good draft. It was a good pick.
I think Golden's a steal.
Yeah.
An absolute steal. Like, I think Golden is going to be so good. And when you look at their wide receivers, holy cow. The Packers have hit it out of the park on all these guys on these rookie contracts. My goodness. I think the Packers are going to be really, really good.
Now, what are you hearing about Minnesota? Because we hear JJ is struggling mightily.
I've heard the same thing. I would put the Vikings at it. I don't know where the win total is. I don't think that team wins more than if the win total is like 9.5, I'd take the under. If the win total is 8.5, I'd be like, yeah, I'd take the under as well. I don't like. It's a big drop off from Sam Darnold to JJ, and one of the reasons why is JJ's a rookie. I mean, and so I think that plays a role. And then you're in a brutal division. That division is so ridiculous. And let's not forget, the Bears are going to snipe a few teams. I think with Ben Johnson there, they're going to snipe a few teams. And you can see, I can see both those teams, like, 6 to 8 wins, both the Bears and Vikings.
Yeah, I'm with you. Now, you mentioned Tampa, who is dangerous. Now, they lost a big piece of their own line. So
They did. But
that's a worry with Baker.
Baker plays really well. They're going to win the South, I think, for now. And Todd's defenses are so freaking good, man.
Yes.
Todd Bowles, Temple grad, he is so underrated. I know some people in Tampa get all pissed off about him. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you have no idea how good of a coach he is, and how that defense they're relentless and they're prepared. I think Baker continues to play really well. We'll see what they do without, the OC who's now in Jacksonville and Cohen. So I like them a lot. But I don't. So Tampa's a team that would scare me in a first-round matchup in Philadelphia just because, and maybe just old habits and what they've done historically through the years. Tampa would scare me just because.
I'm kind of on the same page, but I just looked up their win total in Vegas. At BetParks, it's 9.5, and the juice is on the under. 9.5 wins for Tampa Bay.
Oh, man,
so who they got? They got the Falcons in that division then? Where are the Falcons?
Let me see what the Falcons
I don't believe in the Falcons. I like Penix.
A lot of people like the Falcons.
But I don't believe in them. I like their skill guys. I like London, Bijan.
No, the Falcons are 7.5 is their over, but the juice is on the over on that.
Here's the crazy thing. Those numbers are wild when you look at how awful the Saints are going to be this year.
I know,
and we don't know what to expect with the Panthers. Like, the Panthers are maybe a 6-win, 7-win team. Their defense was awful. Their defense was dreadful. So where are the wins coming from, right? Like,
exactly.
Wow. And the Tampa schedule, too. Houston, they got the Jets, Seattle, New Orleans twice.
Yeah.
I mean, Miami.
No, they're going to rack up wins, man.
They're going to I completely agree. They're going to rack up wins. I've heard I heard Pierce, who, the Tennessee volunteer, James Pierce, like, just for everybody to know, if people and teams felt comfortable with James Pierce here, that dude would have been a top 10 pick without question. Because physically, an absolute monster, right?
Yeah.
Like, just a beast on the field, right? And so he drops. Falcons make him a priority. Falcons do some unthinkable trades, and you're like, what are you doing? But they made it a priority on the defensive front. I actually think that the Falcons can be really good. They can make a jump. But right now, I've got the Bucs.
All right, out west. Now, obviously, Stafford's health with the Rams is a key. Jimmy G, as Mikey Garafolo said back there, I wouldn't put it past him that, God forbid, something happens to Stafford and he has a great season in relief.
It would be hilarious if he does, considering that Devontae Adams wanted to leave the Raiders because of Jimmy G. And then he signs with the Rams because he wants to play with Stafford.
Exactly.
From Jimmy G. Yeah, listen, Sean McVay's a great, great coach. And I think the biggest storyline for the Rams, aside from Stafford, because when you think of the Rams, you always go to their offense. Their freaking defense is so good. And that defensive front, as we saw, Jared Verse and the dudes that they drafted over the last 2 years are so good. I am really worried about a Rams defense and where they would be in December. So I would hold them as a big threat. The Rams are a big threat in the NFC if Stafford can play.
You know what's gonna be wild? Like the Eagles, like who's got the better defense? The young defenses, the battle, the young defense.
You're right, 100%, 100%. And Eden has done an incredible job drafting when they lost it, when they went all in and spent all this money and they had to cut. Like the Rams have done a really good job drafting.
All right, 2 quick things. I know I gotta let you go, but
Yeah.
dude, Fightins. I can't let you get out of here without talking about the tarantula. Like,
How amazing
how
is
were the
that, man?
kids? Were you guys freaking out Sunday night?
Freaking out.
ESPN baseball.
Kids had a blast. Like, oh, absolutely. I get updates constantly. Like now it's funny how it's just 2 games could be. Now the conversations in our house is, hey, what's the lead going into the 9th inning? They're wondering if they're going to see Duran on the mound. Like, and obviously the fans are booing and all that. They're booing in a way like, poor Laser, but like
Right.
they're booing. They want to see him on the mound. It's entertainment.
I felt bad for Matt Kepler. I thought he was going to cry.
I know. And here's the thing. It's exciting. It makes you wonder where there's 5 games that bullpen lost for them. I'm just throwing that out there that I just recall Romano just having a meltdown. And you're like, what are you doing? So this team could have been a completely different position right now if we had a guy like Duran there before. It's just great to have him. It's great to have this thing figured out, at least on the back end. They just got to continue to keep hitting, man. Like, that's it, man.
I know.
Everybody
I
hit
Trevor Rogers yesterday.
Yeah.
And you're going lefty, right? A little bit deception.
Yep.
And you're going, oh, man. Between Ranger and hitting against Rogers, I'm like, that's why Ranger has to be in the pen. Has to be in the pen.
Well, Ranger concerns me. He concerns me where he's at right now. Because listen, I would keep Ranger in the rotation just because I have no trust in Luzardo. Like sometimes he looks amazing, and then sometimes you're like, is he tipping his pitches? They have not come to the bottom.
All right, come with me here. All right, here's the plan. I got the plan. All right.
Okay.
Because with Luzardo, first of all, you can't bring him in the bullpen. You can't put him in the bullpen. He can't come in with runners on base. And he's not a guy that's going to juice it up for an inning, even if you bring him in a clean inning. He's never done that, right?
Yeah.
What he has done over the last 2 starts is pitch through adversity. He got hit with the home runs the other day, had 3 really good innings, would have came out for his 7th, but they didn't need him to, right?
Yeah.
So you also have the opportunity every time he goes that he could give you 6 to 7 innings of shutout ball. Like, he's got that kind of great stuff. So you have Wheeler, you have Sanchez, Luzardo, and either Nola or Painter. Ranger is your backup. So if Luzardo goes off the reservation, something happens, he's tipping his pitches, boom, Ranger's ready to come in. And same thing with game 4 starter.
Wow. First off, I love how you slip Painter right in there into the conversation. We all know what's happening. But like just extreme confidence that rookie can handle the moment. That'll be fascinating for, I think, all of us. I just look at right now, I see what you're saying with Luzardo, but God, that's why the Alvarado freaking thing just kills us because you can't pick up an extra inning there. If you have Ranger give us 5 and then boom, 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 boom. Then you have.
I don't trust Ranger as a starter. I don't trust him. I like him better. We saw him play. He pitched well out of the pen.
He did pitch well out of the pen. I guess what I'm saying, I trust Ranger over Luzardo in a postseason start just because I've seen Ranger.
Luzardo's got I think he's got superior stuff.
Okay. Well, let's hope we get this all figured out. And then the one thing we haven't discussed is Nola. And who knows where he's going to be.
Well, let me update you. He's made 2 rehab starts, 6.2 inning pitch, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, 1.35 ERA.
I love the update from AAA. My whole thing is that when Aaron's on the bump, how many home runs is he going to give up this start? And are we going to be in a 3-0 hole early in the game? That just drives me nuts. Because he's got incredible stuff. We're paying him an incredible amount of money, and we just need more consistency. That's it.
All right. Last thing.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the job at Ohio State? Sayin or Kleinholz?
Oh, man.
Who?
I don't know.
Justin Sayin, I love the kid. Listen, I'm curious because Listen, I got to get my college football
This is for
fix.
quarterback?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. This is for quarterback. Yes. Yeah. Will Howard just left, and then somebody's got to get the ball to Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. I don't know. I had a buddy go. He was at camp last week, and he's a diehard, Buckeyes fan, and he was telling me a lot of inside stuff about both quarterbacks, and he even said one guy's arm really pops, the other guy has great decisions, and he's like, I still don't know, and I was like, all right, and I said,
It's got to be Sayan's arm that pops. Sayan's got a great arm. Yeah.
His arm, you're 100% right. It's just, where are they with the decision making? So what I think you're going to see, potentially, hey, we're going to try a couple series. The problem is that you can't afford to do that too long against Texas. You're not playing Youngstown State.
I can't wait for that game. And Texas is winning that game. I see it already. They're going to win the game.
Yes. And get ready. Get ready. Hey, let's squash everything else. This will be Arch Manning coming back. I think he's coming back, no question, in 2026. So this will be Arch year 1 as a starter, and I think I'll have year 2 as a starter at Texas as well.
I love it. Give me the day. Text me the day we could do our college football preview. I'll tape it. All right? I'll do whatever you want.
You know what? This is what we'll do. Let's do it next week.
Yes.
Potentially the 13th or 14th.
Okay. You just let me know. And if we
will.
got to tape it, I will, because I want to really dive deep with you.
You got it, buddy.
Thanks,
without
brother.
question, we'll go really deep. And also for Penn State fans, we will get a closer look, okay?
Yes.
Without question.
Let's go.
Hey, by the way, the next guy, just shout out to EJ. Love his work. Temple, proud. Keep it up.
Hey, you're going to see a lot more EJ, I hear, on our network.
Wow, that's a great decision by you guys.
My brother, we love you. What do you got cooking? Anything we should be promoting or anything?
No, I just got back from the 50 and 50. I was in Seattle. I was in Canton last week.
I saw
with
you in
EA.
Seattle. You were great.
Thank you. And the EA stuff was great with Eric Allen and Canton. And then I lay low. You'll love this story real quick before you guys got to go. You'll love this story. This weekend, we've done it now the last 3 years. We have a huge wiffle ball tournament at the Nagandi house.
Oh, I should have brought the kids up.
We've got 34 kids. We have trophies that we hand out. We're going to have a playoff bracket. We got pizza. We got a pool. And Sunday is like one of my highlights. Just as a dad, we got a fence as well. My son. This is on Sunday, and my son's like, "Let's roll out the fence today." I'm like, "No, we're not. We're gonna do it. We'll spray the field. We'll have the markers. We've got stuffed bats. We've got pizza, ice cream truck. Wow. 34 kids hitting bombs. So that's my highlight this week,
dude. That's FOY stuff right there. Father of the Year, man.
You know what? That is a 12-year-old who made a promise when he was 12 that when he got older he'd still do this when he had kids, and I'm glad we're going to keep the tradition. So.
I love it. Hey, have you guys started camp yet?
Yeah. We started camp. I love that you brought this up. We started camp. He's trying to make the A team. And they've moved him around a little bit. He doesn't have the size. He literally is catching everything, and he's getting noticed. So they try to actually potentially put him in the backfield and catching balls rolling out on the wheel route. And I said, "It's your hands, man." And I said, "You're a spot dude, and it's your hands. Just keep doing what you're doing." How are the boys doing in your camps?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Anton's, DN. He's an edge guy, DN guy. And he's been at it since June, because high school, it's different world. And at Moss, we just started hitting last week, last couple practices, and he's working at Q.
So, yeah, I was going to say, how's he a quarterback? Like, how's he feeling?
I mean, I showed VG a throw he made.
Oh, man, he launched it like 50 yards.
Like on a dime. Like he's got a pretty good
crazy.
arm.
Send me the video.
All right. I will.
I want to see it. Legit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's like on the move when he throws it too.
Yeah, he's got to. Now we have two really good. There's another kid who could play it too. So we'll see the competition who comes out, but it's fun. It's all great stuff.
Elevate.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm like, dude, you got to know I quiz them on the offense every night. Got to know the offense. Listen, it's great. You can throw and you can run. But you got to know. You got to look where that safety is, all right? Yeah. You got to know what the ball, quick, process, right away.
Mm-hmm. Ed, you're doing great things, brother. I love it.
I love you, man. All day, you're the greatest. I miss you, man. I'll text you later.
Hey, VG, your assignment. You better get a team for us next week.
We're working on it. When's the review? Next week?
Next week.
All right.
That's your assignment.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, just to update you guys, I got to give you guys college football information when I get it. According to Texas Monthly, old man Arch was asked about Archie coming out in 2026, and he said Arch isn't going to do that. He'll be at Texas. There you go. From the high patriarch himself.
Yep.
Just like you said, baby. You've been on that train for months.
Exactly.
You said it a couple months ago. Yeah.
Life is good. Life is good in Austin for Arch.
Yeah. That's great.
Hey, Kev.
All right, fellas, be good.
Who's got it better than us? Who's got it better than us?
Shut up.
Hardball lovers.
Stop. No. Respect. It's all respect. All right.
The game.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, who's got it better than us? Arch Manning in Austin.
See you, brother. The great Kevin the Gandhi. We love him. He is the what a great guy. I love Kevin. Great dad, the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take care of some business. And EJ's coming up.
Yeah, I saw EJ last night at the Ospreys. It's a great event.
Yeah,
great event.
Bo is a one. He's trapped in a 70s game show host spot, like
100%.
Right?
100%.
Like in another world, he was the game show host,
like a Wink Martindale or something.
Yeah,
Was it Bob Barker?
Richard Dawson.
Yeah, yes.
He had the shoot. He had the whole thing. Doing all kinds of. He's the. Hey, he's got the smile all about it.
Yeah.
He's just showing. Like you are. Who's an old like theater?
Oh man.
He's like Barbra Streisand.
Okay. Hey, I'll take that. Great singer.
I can see
Like a Gene Kelly, right?
Yeah,
Song and dance
yeah,
guy,
Gene
singing
Kelly,
in the rain.
Yeah.
Barbra Streisand.
We don't have good recall with like theater people.
No, I
We're
don't
not
know
great
the
with
theater.
that.
I don't know. And then we got Joey over there. James Dean over there.
Joey with a bold move this morning.
What did he do?
He had to use the facilities, but the janitor, the custodian had the door open while you're in there. That's a brave move.
Yeah, you're starting to worry me in these mornings. Anyway, let's take care of some business. Let's talk about our friends at Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged. New season starts tonight. Well, engagement season is right around the corner. Yes, engagement season. You're like, what's engagement season? Well, you meet that special somebody. So you go through a season, right, of when you could pop the question. The season of romance. It begins after Labor Day, right? And truthfully, right around October, when the leaves start to change, right? The foliage
Very
season.
romantic.
Some people, like you, and your beautiful wife, you like Halloween. That's a romantic period.
Great time to pick up some new jewelry.
Best holiday.
Right?
Yes.
Then you got November, which is always a time, right? Again, the whole fall thing, autumn. And then you got Thanksgiving, because sometimes you want to get engaged, Get the whole family there.
I got engaged
Right?
over Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like that's a big weekend for engagements. That leads you right up to Christmas and New Year's, right? Which are like the Super Bowl of engagement season, leading into Valentine's Day.
Guys got to put the work in now before football's here and heating up and Red October. Get down there now and start planning out your
So
ring.
go to Golden Nugget Jewelers, your own. I was down there the other day because Tam had a necklace to pick up.
Oh, cool.
And I was down there and I saw your own. He was all fired up for the birds.
Sure.
All right. Like, so check him out right on the 8th and Chestnut. It's so easy. You walk in, they got all kinds of incredible jewelry. All right. Every occasion, including the engagement rings. And he'll walk you through that whole process. GoldenNuggetJewelers.com. That's right. GoldenNuggetJewelers.com. It's where Philly gets engaged. All right. Parks Casino, Mecca of entertainment. Right there. Ben Salem, Street Road. Make sure you get there because of all the great acts. You want to go to the Excite Center.
Yeah.
The acts in the Excite Center, tremendous. I mean, it's Parks Casino. You go, wow, man, we get that kind of level of act here.
It's first class. Sound system's great.
It's
It's
intimate.
a great room.
It really is. It's a great spot to watch a show. So whether it's concerts, comedy, you name it, go to Parks Casino, Street Road, Ben Salem. Here we go. Let me get the slate that's happening right here at Parks Casino. Starting, just announced, December 19th, Aaron Lewis from Stained.
It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. Been a while since I saw you.
UB40, September 20th.
Red wine.
How about September 26th, the Revivalists?
Wish I knew you when I was young. Could have got so high.
How about October 4th, Kansas?
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
I always say gone. I don't know why.
October 10th, Psychedelic Furs, Gary Newman.
Isn't she pretty in pink? Isn't she?
October
I
24th,
can't believe you don't love
Everclear.
that movie. I am still living with your ghost, lonely and dreaming of the West Coast.
Yeah, I don't even think I saw it.
That's
I
weird.
might have
Such
like
a pivotal 80s movie.
yeah. You had that quintessential 80s
It's like a
thing.
Hughes movie or something. It's just great.
Yeah, I like gangster movies. I don't know what to tell you, man. I never got into that. Even what was the other one with the
16 Candles.
Yeah, I was totally out on that.
There's a ton of those movies.
And then
The
what was
Breakfast
the other one
Club.
too? The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club,
I
yeah.
hated every one of those.
Hate the Breakfast
I hated every one of those characters.
Oh my God. You know, like Emilio Estevez, the
What's the
meathead
song in
wrestler.
Nah, he was a jerk off. How about Almost Queen, September 5th? No, October 25th.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Bill Murray's Blood Brothers, November 15th. Tickets, Parks Casino. Yes, that Bill Murray. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. I got to get this up. We're going to have some fun with, I love him. He's done such great work for the Inquirer. And he may be doing some great work for us, too.
Hope so.
Make sure you are watching the Eagles show, all right? Because he is terrific. He was at the Ospreys last night.
Oh, was he? Was he?
You were there.
Yeah, he busted out a guitar and played some music.
So let's get him up here. The E.J. Smith, the great E.J. Smith. E.J., what do you say, pal?
What's going on, guys? You know, I had a lot of fun at the Ospreys. I did break out a guitar. I have to admit that was probably the first time I've played a guitar in front of a non-guitar playing person that's not my wife or my dogs in probably about a decade. But, you know, honestly, it's the things I do for Bo, right? You know, if Bo asks, I go, you know what? All right. You know, he talked me into it. So it was fun. It was fun for sure.
What did you play? Because I heard.
So we played Under the Bridge. That was what convinced me because, you know, you guys
I'm
will
a
learn
huge
a lot
Chili
about
Peppers
me.
fan.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. So you guys are going to learn a lot about me. I used to be in like a cover band in high school, and we played a lot of Chili Peppers.
Did you
You know,
really?
among
That's
other things, for
awesome.
sure. So when Bo texted me, he's like, "I think Under the Bridge would be a good like parody song to do." I was like, I sent him a video. Like I've known how to play that song since I was like 14 years old. So I was like, "Yeah, I think we could make that one
Dude,
work."
I
So,
need that video to play.
yeah, no, I got you. I got you. I'll send it to you.
That's awesome. Oh my God, I love it, dude. I love it. You were in a band in high school. That's great.
You'll love the name of the band too. We were called Conflict of Interest because I was like such a little journalism nerd back then that I was like, this is a
Conflict of
sick name for a band, Conflict of Interest.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Oh my God, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. All right, EJ, it's on tonight. It's back. We got football, Eagles football tonight. The journey begins with the appetizer of preseason game 1.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I feel like we're going to be able to see some players that I feel like are better suited for the actual live game setting. I talked to you guys the other day about guys like Sidney Brown, even like somebody like Miles Hinton, Drew Kendall. I want to see these guys in actual live tackling scenarios. I don't know how much we'll see of some of them, but yeah, I think that this is going to be really big, a big night to kind of start to formulate what is this year's team is going to look like. There are some jobs up for grabs. I think there are going to be a lot of players who can not only earn roster spots but really earn meaningful roles with the team once the regular season comes along.
What do you what's your best guess as to how the rotation goes? I guess it's going to be Tanner for the first half and then DTR and Kyle. How do you kind of see the whole thing playing?
Yeah, I expect to see Tanner for a few series. And, I feel like the defensive guys, last year as an example, the defensive guys usually play a little bit more. I think that's the Vic Fangio influence. They're also younger, so it's a little bit easier to justify getting them some reps. So, yeah, I think we'll see a few reps from the offensive guys, that second team. And then, yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of Dorian Thompson-Robinson and Kyle McCord. I'm excited to see those guys too. If you had asked me at the beginning of training camp, I would have told you that Kyle McCord was kind of running away, not running away with that job, but definitely in the lead for that job. But DTR has had a good training camp, and he is we've seen him before have good preseason. So I think there's a chance that he can really make a claim for that job and give the Eagles a difficult question. That third quarterback spot, I think they'd want the draft pedigree of a guy like Kyle McCord, but if DTR plays well enough that he kind of forces their hand, I think they might have a tough decision on their hands there.
Yeah. Although in the end, you kind of know what DTR is.
Yeah,
That's the problem about like whatever camp is. Like you kind of understand what he is, so you really want to see if you can kind of hone the kid into something. Maybe you can make him into McKee.
Yeah, you don't want to expose these guys to waivers if you don't feel comfortable with them making it through. So yeah, I definitely think that McCord's got there's a lot of guys like that, that I feel like in the next couple of weeks we're going to be talking a lot about Johnny Wilson and Anaya Smith and the fact that they have draft pedigree. Anaya Smith has been exposed to waivers, or no, he wasn't. He was on IR last year. So you don't really want to put those guys on waivers if you don't have to, and that plays into the 53 almost more than who's most deserving. So I'm sure we're going to talk about some guys I'm excited to see. Some of that stuff is really what I'm excited to kind of watch play out over these next couple of weeks.
So let's go offensive side of the ball because the offense is set, right? Who are you looking to see for the backups?
So that's exactly what I was just mentioning. Like, I think Elijah Cooks and even Darius Cooper, I think they have a chance here to they have to overcome the draft pedigree that I was just talking about with Johnny Wilson and Anaya Smith. But I think both of those guys have had solid training camps, especially Elijah Cooks. It feels like almost every practice this guy is coming up with a contested catch or a big play. And at some point, the Eagles aren't going to want to put him on waivers. At some point, the Eagles are going to say, this guy has played well enough to make the 53. But again, he's fighting an uphill battle because of the fact that Johnny Wilson and Naismith have that draft pedigree. So I think Elijah Cooks has a real chance to be that training camp, your preseason darling, have a big game and kind of catch everybody's eye. I think that there's a real chance for that. I'll be watching out for that. I'm also excited to see some of these backup offensive linemen. Those last few spots on that.
You mentioned roster. Kendall, yeah.
Yeah, Drew Kendall. I mean, especially seeing some of the snaps from Brett Toth throughout the summer, and even Trevor Keegan. Like, I think if Drew Kendall could stick, that would be a really big boost for the Eagles to have somebody, who they can trust at center. Obviously, you could move Landon Dickerson there, but I don't think that Landon. I think he'll do it, but it's not ideal. So Drew Kendall could, definitely earn a role with a solid preseason. I think that other guys I'm interested to see is Darian Kennard, Miles Hinton, and Kendall Lamb. I think that swing tackle position, it's an underrated role. We've seen guys like
It
Fred
is.
Johnson, Halapoulivaati Vaitai back in the day. Like some of these
Yeah,
guys, like that's an important job. They
it
don't really
is.
have a clear answer at that spot right now. So I'll be interested to see how some of those guys fare, not only if they play a tackle, but at guard, because I think that might be the thing that wins somebody that eighth or ninth spot on the roster.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. All right, how about the defensive side of the ball? Let's start on the line. Who will we see from the D line?
Yeah, I think Ty Robinson and Gabe Hall are the two that I'm really excited to see in that defensive tackle rotation. Obviously, they just traded Thomas Booker. So I think that was kind of a nod to the depth they have at that position. Gabe Hall, somebody I've talked to Fran a lot about over the last couple of days, and he's really high on him. And if Fran's high on him, I'm high on him. He's looked good throughout the summer. So I definitely think he's just, you look at Gabe Hall, he's just like a huge player. Like even among a lot of big players, he stands out. Athletically, he stands out. And he's had some really nice plays during training camp. So I want to see him definitely in the preseason setting. And then Ty Robinson.
And real quick, because Gabe
yeah.
can play backup nose, right? Like,
for sure. Yeah, he's big enough too.
He can be on the nose.
Yeah, he's got versatility to kind of move from different spots. And then Ty Robinson's somebody who I kind of want to see him up against an elevated level of competition. If the Bengals are going to play their starters, I want to see how Ty Robinson looks. All of his one-on-one pass rushing reps are against Laken Vakalahi, which is not really fair. Ty Robinson is like somebody who's played a lot of ball. Laken Vakalahi is the exact opposite. He just joined the Eagles last year without having played very much football at all. So I want to see him against some elevated competition. I think he's another one who could have a really good preseason. He's that play personality that kind of lends itself to making plays in that setting for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Second level, how much will we see Jihad at all?
I think so. What's interesting is he was listed as limited for a lot of the summer, and it didn't seem like he was actually limited. It almost looked like a formality on the injury report. But they took him off on Tuesday, and I think that is leaning. It makes me think that we're going to see him. Vic Fangio talked about the fact that he needs reps. He needs time on task. Like they're putting a lot on his plate and he has to be able to catch up, get up to speed. I think that they're going to put him out there and hope that he has that sink or swim type of mentality for at least a series or two. I don't think we're going to see a lot of him because he's coming off of that labrum surgery, but I do think the fact that he was taken off of the injury report is kind of a nod to him maybe getting some time. I think Vic Fangio will certainly be pushing for it. I think at linebacker, I'm also excited to see Smile Mondon. Yeah, this is a guy who he really has not looked out of place he's gotten reps with the first team defense with Zach Bond out. He's really like an impressive athlete. I've been raving about this one play he had in training camp the other day. He was covering Saquon Barkley on a Texas route in the red zone. And that is a tough job. That is not an easy role for a linebacker to pick up. And he stuck with him and, kind of made Jalen Hurts go somewhere else with the ball. So he definitely athletically has something. I think I could see him. He might even be like overqualified for that Oren Burks role, but I think that's where he's probably headed. So yeah, I'm excited to see him tonight too.
Well, it's funny you mentioned this, but I've been hearing that Smile can play, he can fly.
Yeah,
he said Jihad's going to be a beast. He said that the minute that he really understands the offense, right now he's just running around on his pure athletic ability, just killing it. Like they're telling you how much they like him, and they're actually hoping that Bennett could solidify that quarter spot.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the way that Fran described Bennett was really interesting, like a smaller version of Kelee Ringo. And I feel like if you're just adding athletic guys at that spot and hoping that one of them kind of raises the floor, even if you end up having Bennett or Ringo as your third cornerback on the outside, I think it makes a lot of sense to just give you some options there. So, I don't know if we'll see him, but yeah.
It's overtime. We're in overtime. We reached OT.
Oh, nice.
OT, baby. Yeah, your spot. Who else do you like back there in the secondary?
I'm really interested to see Sidney Brown at the very least. he's a guy who I think needs the games. I don't think he needs practice as much. He hasn't stood out in a good way or a bad way when it comes to practice, but in a game, he could make a big hit, kind of establish himself. He's getting a run at this job right now with Makuba out. I'm not sure if we'll see Andrew Makuba. He was out there for team on Tuesday, but it's the type of thing where they weren't in pads. So I'm not sure if they're going to clear him for contact with that shoulder injury in time. I'd like to see him. I think Vic Fangio would like to see him. But if it is Sidney Brown back there for an extended run, I think this is a chance for him to kind of take the lead on that job. Makuba has kind of stumbled out of the blocks with the injury. And even when he was out there in team, he gave up a touchdown catch to Dallas Goedert in the back of the end zone. His lack of size definitely stands out. So Sidney Brown, somebody I could see making a statement tonight. I think he's going to get a couple series here, and I think it'll be important for him.
Yeah, I will say I think it's going to be Coop.
Yeah, and that's the other player that I want to see tonight.
I think Coop's playing safety.
Yeah, and if Mac McWilliams has a good game today, I think that really leads to that being more of a possibility. They have to figure out that nickel spot, and Mac McWilliams looked like he was making good progress. Looked like he might be able to earn that job. He had the setback with the quad injury. If he has a good preseason, I definitely think there's a world where he is your nickel corner with Coop kind of being that, line him up everywhere. Where is he every play, every time the offense breaks the huddle, they got to look for him. I could definitely see that for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's play a little game here. All right. So get to know EJ Smith.
Yes.
TU, we're proud of you. And we're looking forward to it. I believe we'll be working together a lot. So I'm kind of really excited by that. VG's got some questions for you.
All right. EJ, what is the first concert you ever attended?
It's funny you ask that because I mentioned the conflict of interest days. I feel like my first concert was probably when I was like 13 and it was my own concert. But beyond that, I think the Roots Picnic was probably my first concert. I had to look up.
That's a big one.
Yeah, how long has the Roots Picnic been going on? Because we used to do that all the time as a family. We'd walk over there. So I think it's the Roots Picnic. If you ask me, my first go to an actual concert, it was probably this might be a deep cut, but Brand New. It was like an indie rock band back in yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I went to see them
Love Brand
at
New.
the Crocodile Rock Cafe because I had ins from playing concerts there out in Allentown. So yeah, that's one of those is probably the right answer on that.
All right. How about a book you think everyone should read?
I would love to give you a profound meaning of life or Atomic Habits, this is something that you can really, a productivity cheat or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say the third book, and I guess what most people would call the Game of Thrones series, A Song of Ice and Fire, The Sword of Swords.
I'm becoming a big fan here.
Yeah, no, I'm a big sci-fi guy. So, and I read, I'll be honest, during the football season, I don't read a whole lot. My wife always jokes, it's usually 2 weeks before training camp, I'm my mind is recovered enough. I start picking up a book and it's almost always sci-fi. So, and if you look at my copy of that book, it's the back is completely destroyed because I've read it so many times. So yeah, I'm going to have to go with that one.
You're like Andrew's new best friend.
Yeah, nice.
How about a comfort movie you always put on that you can't turn it off?
Ooh, okay. It's probably Sicario. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a cartel
It's a great
movie.
one, man.
Oh my God, that movie.
Listen, that's good taste right there.
Yeah.
So first of all, the scene is chilling.
Yep.
When they go into the house,
Yeah.
and the bodies are in the wall.
Yeah.
I love Sicario. Well, my man, who's the star? I love him. He's great.
Oh man,
What's his name?
I should know this.
Del Toro.
I can't remember his name.
Well, not Benicio.
No.
Benicio's in it, but
Josh Brolin?
yeah,
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's the best. That's
Yeah,
a
and
great
then
movie.
I felt so
Underrated
validated.
movie.
Oh, absolutely underrated. The second one's not bad either. I felt
like
so
the second one.
validated because everybody is oh, Dennis Villeneuve, he's the greatest director ever because of the Dune movies, and the Dune movies are great. But Sicario to me, my wife that's another one. She's always let me guess, you want to watch Sicario again? It's that or The Town. Those are the two movies.
So,
I could watch them
The Town's a
100
good
times.
movie.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
with the greatest scene in Sicario is when they cross over the border.
Yeah, the night vision. Yeah, the night vision
my
scene.
God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're playing that brooding music, right?
Yeah,
And you don't know who is they're coming. They have to get back from Mexico into the United States, and you don't know where the enemy lies. The enemy lies at every car. He does a great job at setting that scene up.
No, it was unbelievable. Yeah, that movie. I might have to go watch that movie before the game tonight. You know, if I can get some time here,
Yeah,
I might put that on in the background. Yeah,
All right, how about a favorite athlete growing up?
Ooh, you guys were just talking about Texas. Vince Young, when I was a kid, man, I
Yeah?
loved Vince Young. Yeah, because I'm a lefty too, so I always appreciate it. And like, I always joke with people. I played quarterback until my freshman year of high school, and like Jamarcus Russell was really big back then. That was like my idol because I was like, he looks like me, he's big like me, big left-handed quarterback. But when I was growing up, man, Vince Young was like my guy. So I mean, favorite Philly athlete would have probably been. I mean, I'm trying not to give you like an obvious one. Like, let's see. Like, I feel like all right, I'll give you a deep cut, and he wasn't very good. Mike Lieberthal was like my guy when I was a kid. I think I met him at like
That's
a
a bust out.
buffet in like Conshohocken, and he signed my hat. And ever since then, I was in the tank for Mike Lieberthal. So yeah, I would say those two.
All right, last one, and the most important for this show. Name your favorite Italian meal that's not chicken parm.
Okay, chicken parm is great and all, but it wouldn't have been on the list. It would not have been if we're talking like real Italian food. Carbonara is undefeated in my opinion, or cacio e pepe. One of those two. If it's got that on the menu, if I go to an Italian place and it has that on the menu, that's how I know. That's how I know it's a real.
Here's the true test. Have you had the cacio de pepe in Rome?
Oh yeah, yep. That's where I learned about it. You know, I was like, it opened my eyes to the actual authentic Italian experience. And like I said, if I find that on a menu,
I love 'em.
I'm like, yeah, this place is a winner. This place is a winner.
But most people can't make it. You know.
No, yeah, no. You can't get it at very many places around here. Oh, I mean, around in Philly, you can. Out where I am, I don't think you're getting many cacio e pepe on the menu.
Go see. I gotta send it over to Mr. Tony's place at Aroma.
Yeah, no, you got to send me.
It's one of the best. In fact, Big Dom and I love. It's our rendezvous spot. Well, some of the coaches, everybody goes over there. It's a great spot, man. It really is.
I might have something to celebrate in the next couple of days. So if you send it to me, maybe I'll take a trip over there.
Maybe I'll take you. We'll join you. Would love that.
Dude, Andrew's super geeked up. Sci-fi, and is that a Premier League scarf behind you?
Aston Villa. Is an Aston Villa scarf behind me. I am an obsessive Aston Villa fan.
A fellow footy.
Yeah.
He is a fellow footy.
Yeah, I love it.
So listen, he passed every test.
He did.
Right? You got the sci-fi and the soccer with you.
Flying colors.
Music with
Good
you.
concert.
He plays
yes.
music with you. Movies and food with me.
Yes. 5 for 5.
You killed it. What was your favorite sport other than football?
Right now it's probably soccer. I've kind of dove with 2 feet into that world, and it's been like it's fun to like learn a new sport. At this age, I feel like I've kind of have gone full into with that. But I mean, beyond that, I love all the Philly sports. Like I watch a ton of the Phillies.
You're a 4
I watch
for
a ton
4
of the Sixers.
man.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, 4 for 4. If we're talking college sports, I mentioned I loved Vince Young. My dad told me when I was a kid, if you're going to root for Texas, you're rooting for Texas. Like we don't do fair weather stuff around here. So I am a Texas Longhorns fan.
Wow, your father's a
I gotta
Texas
be honest.
fan?
No, he told me like if you like Vince Young, you're a Texas fan, and you're not going to change once he graduates. Yes, for life. So
good parent.
You guys talking about Arch right there? Yeah. So you guys talking about Arch? That's my guy. Yep. Yeah.
Now you got Arch.
Yeah, no, and I think it's going to be a great year for them. I mean, I know Penn State is looking good also this year, but no, I think it's going to be Texas' year for sure.
Shark messed up last year. First of all, you gotta have Arch in the game when you're in the shadow of the goal line.
Yeah, and honestly, I wouldn't have been mad if they started him. I thought Quinn's ceiling. So Anthony, I feel like you and me have like similar. Our type of quarterback sounds similar from what I've heard. I like a traits guy. Yes. I like a ceiling with a quarterback. Yes. I don't need a guy that is only going to reach a certain height. And I felt like that with Quinn. So, I mean, honestly, I know Arch kind of had an up and down first few games last year, but I was like, this guy is ready to start, sink or swim.
Exactly.
And I honestly think he could have taken him further, honestly. So, yeah.
And the other kid couldn't move. Like, he had the knee thing going. He's a bit feeble, right? You had to play. You're at the goal. You're at the 1.5, and you got to run a sideline play that goes backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean he is way more athletic than I think a lot of people suspected he would be as a man. And he's got that Cooper Archie Senior, genes.
Yeah.
He's got that athleticism for sure.
Yeah. I guess there's another one, Marshall. That's
Another
coming.
Manning?
Marshall Manning.
They keep coming. Yeah.
They just keep coming, man. It's awesome, man. It's great. Yeah, I'm a big college football. I love college football.
Honestly, I cover the NFL, so I shouldn't say this, but college football to me is the best sport. Like the traditions.
Yes.
I feel like it's easier to like the diversity of schemes that you get. It's easier to understand a little bit. So yeah, I think the college football is like, I don't know if I'd call it the purest form of football, but it might be my favorite.
Well, you know what it is? It's the culture too of it. Like,
yeah,
I used to love back in the day when I was in New York at the Post, and I would do a different college every week. And I loved going to these little towns. Like, whether you did it in Texas or Louisiana or Pac-12 out, Pac-10 back then out west, or all across the Big Ten, they just had a different flavor, right? From the plain states, right, to the Rust Belt was different.
Yeah.
And
the rivalries are so much deeper.
Yeah.
Those rivalries are intense. Yeah, I'm excited for college football season almost as much as I am for the NFL.
Yeah, me too. I love both of it. It's the best. Man, we could chop it up all day with you, brother. So I'm sure we'll be bugging you tomorrow to see your insights of what you saw tonight. All right?
Yeah, absolutely. Excited for it, for sure.
So we're excited for you, buddy. So really pumped up. We'll be watching you at 2:00 today.
No, not today. Monday.
Monday. All right. I got to find out when the thing is going to be,
Yeah. Tease it. We'll keep teasing it. I like that people are starting to put two and two together. So yeah.
We're trying. We're having some fun with it. You're the man, buddy. We'll talk to you tomorrow with your insights. Thanks, pal.
Yep. Thanks for having me, guys.
There he is, E.J. Smith.
Yeah, I like that dude.
Yeah, he's a lovable dude.
Yeah, big fan here.
Yeah. Yeah. He's texting me. I see a scarf.
He's you, but he's a sportsman.
Oh, yeah.
You knew that was coming.
Oh, man. Can't get away from it.
All right. What do we got? A little back in the day action?
Yeah, we do have a back in the day. Yeah.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with True Mark. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm not a fan of the first part of that.
No, it stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
You got to lower it. You got
gotta
to
go
lower
back
the
in the lab.
octave, man.
All right. Let's go back in the day. Can we? Can we just go back in the day?
Chase. Burrow deals to Chase. And Chase is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Diagnosed perfectly by the rookie DeJean.
Play that 4th and 1 again. Give it to us again.
That's smart.
Chase. Burrow deals to Chase. And Chase is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Diagnosed perfectly by the rookie.
Perfect form. Oh, man, I love that. Let's go. All right. It's going to do for us. All right. I don't care. It's preseason. We're fired up. Great job, Andrew. Great job, Joey. Everybody, enjoy the game tonight. Watch it. Study it. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, so it'll be a quiz.
Drink some beers. We'll see you then.
We all silly like the mayor.